and his team, we're going to stand together and fight this disease.
I come this way before, travel through the open door. Circumstances navigated the path, and life happened all so fast. No, it got lonely. Sometimes you see, I know we couldn't make it. Even when I'm off beat, I still land on my feet, and nothing can shake me, cause I know my time. I never. This is where I am destined to be. I'm not ready to give up. No. I believe in the miracle of life. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games we play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is a liar. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta prove, and this fight for me, I'm for the second, see the best in me. With much expected, much is given. Wanna make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness, yes. You can be the best if you go the distance. Mix a little sweat with your persistence. You know that the best things are never instant. Just shine up, let them see your brilliance. Get up, open up your eyes now. It's the moment of truth. No backing down. We're bringing it to life. Oh, for the children, it's a given. You gotta give it, be a blessing.
This my personal statement. Run the game like I'm acing. Learn and develop patience, determined to be the greatest. Yeah, bobbing and weaving, they changing up like the seasons. Indigenous to the grind, so I do it for all my people. Jabbing the competition, back up against the ropes. You fighting for recognition. I'm fighting just to promote equality where we lack it. While cancer slowing our road, I'm confident we'll make it. We focus on common goals.
Yeah, give back, give love, give something away. Never give up, stand tall to fight another day. 2 toes, 2 feet, I stand on the ground. I'm going back soon and fight this final round. Life's a break with no rehearsal. Learn quickly, they'll come for your blow. Games you play, can't take it personal, cause the devil is alive. Telling you the truth, it's all in what you do, some things you gotta prove, I'm gonna share all that I have and give to those in need. We're gonna win this battle, fight that disease. No one can support you, believe that's young. We got to
Love is the word. JP, Eric, JQ, JP. What is it? Man, why am I drawing a memory blank right now, JP? What up, Jasmine? Birdman. Love is the word. G Brown, KJ. What's up, Dwayne? Josh, DJ Dean on the 1s and 2s. Appreciate you. S. Dot. What's up, Eric? Birdman, I appreciate you, man. Malik, man. Champion Heart. What's up, big homie? Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you guys for coming in. Black Diamond, Victor, Birdman, everybody. David, what's up? Mark West. Yeah, you know, we on the same team right now, man. Pass me the ball. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming in, man. Thank you, guys. Totally appreciate y'all. And let me play the trailer. Click the link, man. Stop playing and click the link.
What?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage secretaries. And can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen him. I seen him myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
15 to be exact. 15. You know, I just thought of something too. Is Muhammad Ali's wife lying? Is Malcolm X lying? Man, that's a lot of lies. Hey, if you choose the other side, man, you calling a lot of people liars. Man, I appreciate you, man. Where we start? So I'll wait 10 minutes before I play the audio. But I was having an interesting conversation before the show started, and I had a question because Shawn Porter says we need to stop looking at Wilder as an all-time great fighter. So I was thinking, I want to ask you guys too. Let's have this conversation. Where do you rank Deontay Wilder? Where would you put him? Who does he beat? Does he beat Evander Holyfield? Is he the favorite? Is he the underdog? Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, and the list goes on and on and on and on. I'm very interested, man. Let's have this conversation. Why not? Do you guys agree with Shawn Porter? Is he just a fun fighter now? Rock'em sock'em robots? You know, is Wilder an all-time great? Is he a Hall of Famer? You know, can he beat Larry Holmes? Is he competitive? Can he beat Michael Spinks? You know what I mean? You know, Buster Douglas. Who else? You know, the Lennox Lewises and all that. And is Shawn Porter telling the truth? Is he lying? Is he hating? You guys tell me. We're going to play the clip in a little bit, man. But I appreciate you guys coming in here tonight, man. It's a lot of entertainment, man, going on in this world, man. So I say thank you, man. I think the Dodgers are playing tonight, right? Or something like that. I don't even know what's going on with that series. I hadn't seen a pitch of that series, but I'm gonna take Lincoln to a game eventually. But yeah, man. So I heard that and I was like, Wilder's reign on the top was short like leprechauns, or do you discount the fact that he knocked out those 40 opponents? Is that pretty common? I'm asking for a friend. You just walk into a fight and knock out 40 opponents. You know, I will say Wilder is for sure a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? He is definitely a Hall of Famer. But I'm interested in what you guys have to say. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, man. We'll wait till about 9:30 and then I'll play the audio. That way we'll have a more fuller room. Be like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So let's do that, man. Let's keep that on the screen. Oh shit. Charles, formerly known as the artist Super Cool, man. What's up?
What's up, Fred? You know this show don't start till I call, man.
It doesn't.
Shout out to Fred. Shout out to the shop and the chat line and the LDBC and my man Blue Blood. What's going on, Fred?
Your man Blue Blood, man. What's up? You got a new set of friends now. What's up, man? Did you go
I always
from
like Blue, man?
It sounded like you went from atheist to agnostic now.
I always like Blue Blood. Now, talking about Wilder, Fred, that's a good question. I was just thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
We know the trilogy, right? We know that third fight put him in the Hall of Fame for sure. And, you know, if you listen to George Foreman on his side, he's even saying the same thing. He saw what I saw because we lived through that. That fight took us back to a time when that's how just about every big heavyweight fight was. We were used to that in the 70s. That was nothing to us. And if you go watch those old fights, you'll see what I'm talking about. But we haven't seen it in the last 30 years. We really haven't.
Mm-hmm.
That fight was transcending in a lot of ways. But anyway, Wilder's a Hall of Famer. Now, if you're going to compare him to the all-time greats, I'd say he's in the top 20. But you have to say, could Wilder whoop this guy in the first few rounds, since Wilder's a one-hit quitter? Because they might be more well-rounded boxing-wise. They would obviously set him up and get him later on. But could he knock him out in the first couple rounds is how we should look at that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Who would you say, name like a list of heavyweights that you would have Wilder as the underdog?
Riddick Bowe, he definitely be an underdog. I even think Evander Holyfield, he would be an underdog for sure. Yeah, Ali, he would be an underdog. He might be able to get Holmes. Holmes had a good jab, but Holmes was slow. He started slow. And like I said, you have to position Wilder in a sense where can he get him in the first couple rounds? And yeah, he probably could have knocked out Holmes.
You think he could have knocked out Holmes? Wow.
Early, but once Holmes got it going, the people who have more well-rounded boxing skill, they have a better chance in the later round.
Right. Yeah, I would have.
What you up to, man?
I'm feeling good, man. It's a great day to be in the barbershop. I would have.
What were you gonna say?
I would have him. Bowe and actually Larry Holmes. I would have Larry Holmes favorite and Riddick Bowe over Wilder.
Tyson would get him.
You think Tyson would get him? I think Tyson would quit. I think Tyson was. Man, he was shorter, but Tyson was an early rapid starter. Remember, and he would counteract Wilder's one-hit quitter early type situation. You understand what I mean? Yeah, I think this fight people were forgetting how great Deontay was at 215, how explosive he was. Like,
yeah,
he knocked out people you had to watch the replay to see the punch. I can name 2 fights off the top of my head that I didn't even see the punch. You know what I mean? Dominic Brazil, Tyson Fury, round 12. I didn't even see that punch. And that I had to rewind it against that other guy too. The little Russian dude, whatever he was, you know.
But there's no question about his Hall of Fame status. The number of knockouts, his knockout percentage, and his number of title defenses, and this historic fight, that capped the trilogy, they all put Wilder into the Hall of Fame, whether people like it or not. And the question is, how do we move Wilder from here? Personally, I think Wilder should take a rest of about a year just to heal and bring other people into his corner, and then focus on the winner of Fury and Usyk after Usyk whoops AJ, because I think that's what's going to happen. What are your thoughts, Fred?
I would like to see him sit out for a year, for sure. I think May is a little bit too soon. I think he should just go enjoy life, man. He's made a lot of money over the past 3 years. Remember, he's fought Fury and Ortiz, all pay-per-view fights. He has a lot of money. Go enjoy it. Go buy up all of Alabama, man. Go build something, have fun. Put your hard hat on. You know, what's up, Duncan? Put your hard hat on. Missed you yesterday. Put your hard hat on. Just have a good time, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. But what do you think about the healing part, and also it gives him time to augment his game and his corner, right? I mean, what adjustments are going to be critical when he faces either Usyk or Fury down the line? What do you think?
Usyk or Fury? Obviously, Fury would be the favorite. I would want
be Usyk, though. We don't know, right?
Yeah, I want to back it up a little bit. I would encourage Wilder to take care of himself. You know, since he's going to be out for a while, do some extra stuff as it pertains to see where his brain is, see where he is physically, his sensory motor skills, you know, stuff like that. You know, the stuff that Muhammad Ali ignored. You understand? I'm not putting him in the Muhammad Ali category, but a man that's willing to die in the ring will take extra punishment. And I would tell him that that would be my advice.
Before assessing whether or not he should take a tune-up. Is that what you're saying, Fred?
I mean, he could beat a tune-up, man. That's not a problem. I mean, he destroys Kawanaki and all those guys. But in order for him to be where he deserves and where he wants to be, he has to be at 100%. And I think he's earned 8 to 12 months off. You know, he wasn't in the ring for 19 months, but he was in the ring for 19 months, you know. You know, he had that mountain.
Yeah.
No matter.
And the last thing I want to mention, touch on, Fred, before I leave is Shawn Porter. Now, it's curious that Shawn Porter would say something like that because, ironically, he's kind of in a similar position to Wilder right now.
Dude,
right?
worse position. And that's why. So if Wilder is a fun fighter, what is he, a bum? That's what I was thinking. He just called himself a bum.
I mean, that sounds strange coming from Shawn, you know, because people are discounting Shawn because of his losses. Even though he's a great fighter, they can't see that, you know, they can't see past his losses. It's that Mayweather, you know, lose your old mentality type deal going on. But Shawn, of all people, you would think would give a little bit more leeway, right? You would think, right?
Yeah, that's why it didn't make sense to me. That's exactly. I'm gonna play. We got enough people in where we could play the clip. And I was stay on the phone. Might as well stay on the phone with me. Hopefully, it don't go to no commercial.
In the same way I express it on TV, and that's really just taking me to another level.
With your analyst cap on, who should Deontay Wilder fight next?
You know what? At the end of the day, I think it's time for us to stop looking at Deontay Wilder as a potential great heavyweight champion and look at him as a potential very fun heavyweight fighter to watch. What
do you take from that?
That's asinine. That's ridiculous. What fight did he watch Saturday?
I don't know what fight he watched, but it's just
because
weird
I saw a man who elevated himself to greatness by the sheer fact that he was willing to leave it all in the ring, and I'm including his life. Okay, and I looked at a man who was down 2 times, the definition of defeat, 2 times, got up and knocked his opponent down 2 times. That is historic. That's epic. That's classic. And I challenge you to go watch all the great fights in history and then watch that one and tell me if that doesn't earn a position as one of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah.
Because if you don't feel that way, it's either one or 2 things happening. 1, you're blind, or 2, you just don't know shit about boxing. Which one is it?
It's just weird to me. It's just weird to me that he would say that, and he's never beat an elite fighter. You understand? Devin Alexander was under Quaaludes, whatever you want to call. I don't know what they called. What are they called? Over the counter or something, whatever. And obviously Danny Garcia at 147. Respectfully, I like Danny Garcia, but he is a B plus fighter. You get what I'm saying? So
he got lazy. Danny had more potential than he's demonstrated. Some fighters just get the money and they just get lazy. They want the jewelry, they want the hoes, and the game of fighting becomes less important. And I think that's what happened to Danny. What do you think?
Oh, Danny definitely got complacent. Danny loves money. You know what I mean? Danny loves to tell us he has money, and I applaud him. Danny was a hell of a fighter at 140. You know, he got that welterweight money and said, "Oh shit, I'm moving to Florida. I'm moving to Florida." He got
with Al, and Al's like, "Why fight twice or 3 times a year when you can fight once a year or once every 2 years and still have stacks and hoes and jewelry and still live in raggedy ass Philadelphia or wherever the hell he's kicking it these days?" You know what I mean? Danny sold out. But Fred, that's all I got tonight, bro. I hope you have a great show. And don't listen to the haters, man. They're really mad at Wilder now because he elevated himself to a different level, and they can't see that shit. All right, I'm out though, bro.
Appreciate you. One. Yeah, man. It's that was really weird for him to say that based on where he's at in his career. And I was real hesitant to respond. I saw that and shout, "Oh, you guys want to know what platform it's on? It's on the Smo's platform." He's actually a funny guy, man. The Smo. I've never spoken with him. I've just been in the room with him. You know, he's funny. He exerts a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Kudos to him. And But he does UFC and boxing. So it's on the Schmoes, something like that. And feel free to go check out the full interview. And but I was just real shocked that he would say something like that based off of the career, based off where he's at in his career. And two, I didn't want to come off as a hater because I was trying to listen to this from like 50,000 feet. I didn't want y'all to I didn't want to say, oh, you just hating on the Porters. No, like it's just weird how he was an all-time great Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. He's just a fun fighter. You know what I mean? What's up?
Yeah, Fred, I've been trying to reach you for the last 4 days, man.
Oh man, I'm glad you made it tonight, man, because we're here for the contrarian. What's up?
I hear you. This is contrarian, huh? Okay. Hey, I think what Shawn may be getting at, and a lot of people have brought this up, and I actually mentioned it last week before the fight, is first of all, let me say congratulations to Deontay Wilder. I think he's had a very good career so far. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's a very good fighter. I think his story as a human being is a great story, and someone should actually do some type of movie or documentary on his life.
Oh, definitely. For sure.
Yeah, because the human story is great. However, I mentioned last week that I was very concerned about him, his cardiovascular health and endurance. And again, during this fight, I think one of the guys who comes on the show with you, he got upset with me when I said that I wasn't going to continue to be a Wilder fan if he came in with the same lack of endurance and cardiovascular health / preparation like he did the fight before. So to answer your question, I think that any heavyweight back in, the 80s, 90s, 70s that fought, that could avoid Deontay Wilder's right hand and had the cardiovascular health or endurance to go 10 or 12 rounds would beat him. And I think that's how I would classify it. And you can go from A to Z. Anyone that can fit into that category, anyone that can avoid that right hand and have the cardiovascular health to go into the later rounds, like Ali and those guys fought 15 rounds. So that any of those guys could defeat Deontay Wilder just due to the endurance. I would say that one of the things that bothered me again showed up where I was watching very intently, and after the first round, I saw that Deontay Wilder was taking gulps of water. He wasn't taking the water, wetting his mouth and then swishing it around and spitting it out. He was gulping water after the first round. And so I think they had the next time you guys see the replay, watch him in his corner and you'll see what I'm talking about. He was gulping the water after the first round and breathing hard. And of course, after the third round, he looked gassed. And so I think they had a great plan. And really the truth is he should have won that fight. And I think the difference between him and victory was his cardiovascular health, which has to do with road work, running, putting in that road work and getting your legs strong and being able to carry your weight and carry that weight and furious rate for weight into the later rounds. I saw him lifting weights. I was concerned about that because he was lifting with his upper body, and he's always had upper body strength. So I don't understand why they focused on that and didn't focus on his lower body strength, because that's the strength that he would have needed to hold his weight up and be able to sustain that weight that Fury was putting on him, that lower body strength. So that road work, you got to do it. Got to put in that road work. And, I kind of blame that on his people. I don't know if they could have, and I support the brother. I wanted him to win out from, 100%, because I think that what he stands for as a world champion is a lot more than just boxing. And I mentioned that before. But he came in there and he wasn't ready from a cardiovascular standpoint. And he had a great game plan and that he executed in the first round going to the body. But he couldn't sustain it because he didn't have the win. So After that second round, I saw him. The first round, he was gulping water. The second round, he was breathing like his heart was going to jump out of his chest. In the third round, he looked completely gassed. But it speaks to his heart because he kept fighting when he was completely exhausted. And so I think he's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter. But I think that what Shawn, I don't really care for Shawn Porter too much. But I think that what he said was based on the preparation, the cardiovascular preparation. That road work, putting in that road work. You got to run, man. You cannot be a boxer and you don't do road work. You got to get that road work right. And I think that's really the difference between him and Fury. There's no way that if he had the road work and endurance, that when he got Fury in trouble, that he didn't finish him that next round. But he was just too tired. Too tired. Because when he hit Fury with that right hand, and if Fury hit the deck, first of all, the fight was over then, but you got the long count. But the point is that he didn't finish. Fury was hurt, and he was ready to be taken out, but Deontay just didn't have the endurance to do it. So I just think that the people around him, if they could, they're yes men. I see them as yes men, and someone needs to get in there and make him do that. Well, if he wants to continue boxing, he needs to be a person that can run, have that endurance. His legs can support his body. You could see even in the first round when he was trying to feint, his legs just weren't strong enough to really have really good, quick feints. He looked awkward trying to feint Fury. So and that's all in the legs. So that's my thing. I mean, I feel for the brother, and I think we don't really have to fear for him. He's a rich guy. He never has to work. He's got generational wealth, so we don't have to feel bad for him. But the point is that he could be much greater. He could probably be the greatest boxer that ever lived if he was getting that road work in and had more cardiovascular health and endurance. So that's my piece, Fred.
Appreciate you.
I know a lot of people don't agree with that.
But it makes for great conversation. Why not? Let's have a great conversation. You know what I mean?
Well,
everyone's opinion is welcome.
Yeah, well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. If you watch it, and the guys who don't agree with me, just watch the fight, watch the first round, great round. If he could have kept that up for 4 or 5 rounds, he would have won that. He'd have knocked Fury out, and it wouldn't have been a big problem if he could have kept that pace up. But you see, after the first round, when he got back to the corner, he was gulping water down. He wasn't just taking a squig, swishing around his mouth and spitting it in the bucket. He was gulping water. So that told me everything right there. Yep. So, hey, shout out to the family of the young man that they found. They found his body, the graduate student up in Illinois, Jelani Day. And I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yeah.
But he was murdered. He found his body in the river, and his family came out and certain news outlets that they found his organs missing. So just you young brothers out there that are just be careful. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on. The economy's bad, and they've been doing that sort of thing for a long time. But the human trafficking and organ harvesting, things like that, is picking up. So protect your children, protect your families, and be safe.
Right. Appreciate you.
All right, Chris.
Yep. Yeah, that was awful. I saw it on Instagram. I don't know the backstory on it, but he was a grad student. Sheesh. I flick past those things so fast, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to become desensitized to it. So I kind of zip past it, and I don't watch the news or anything like that. But that's rough. Oof. Keep your blood type private. Yeah. Damn, they just taking bodies off the street, man. How about those young kids that's walking home from school? Sheesh. Man. Wow. All right, let's digress. Let's digress back into the topic of conversation. Do you think Shawn Porter meant it from a oh well, it done doubled in here, so I'll play it again. All right, here you go. What's up, 937? I'll play it after this call. What's up, 937?
Yo, what's good?
Hey, what's up?
What's good, Fred?
Hey, who this?
This is Brother Cole 10 on here.
Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? How you doing, dog?
I'm doing great. Great. Hey, first of all, salute to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the LDBC. You already know.
Mm-hmm.
And man, and also I want to congratulate, Deontay Wilder. Even in this loss, he still gained a lot of respect from me, and I think he gained a lot of respect from a lot of other people as well.
Facts.
And although no disrespect to Shawn Porter, but fuck what he said. I mean, I'm sorry, I disagree. He's not a good fighter. He's not a fun fighter. He will always be a great fighter. I mean, you can't just get a bronze medal and you can't have all those title defenses without even, without gaining some type of experience. I mean, true enough, Deontay Wilder has his own style. He has his own way of doing things, but he has a tremendous heart. Also, he sought out fighters that other people would not even think about fighting. Luis Ortiz, I mean, the list can go on, but the whole point is he sought out Tyson Fury. He brought Tyson Fury from the mud. Tyson Fury was not necessarily a nobody, but he wasn't really making any views. As a matter of fact, I'll probably say if Deontay Wilder sits out, of course, I think he has to sit out 6 months because he's his broken hand. Is that correct?
I watched Blue Blood. I know you. I didn't finish it, but Blue Blood said he'll be out 6 months because of the injuries. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. See what Tyson. If Tyson Fury fights again, I don't know. I'm hearing he's thinking about retirement and things of that nature. But see how the pay-per-views go down without Deontay Wilder actually fighting. I mean, because Anthony Joshua. I mean, I'm not a big. I mean, I really never was a big fan of Anthony Joshua. I mean, but I don't think the pay-per-views will be as high without Deontay Wilder fighting.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand why people constantly hate on this guy when he is the epitome of that. Well, he's just one of the main attractions to the heavyweight division. And yet he still gets hate. I mean, because they don't like his particular style. I mean, I just don't understand that. But Shawn Porter is definitely wrong in this case. I mean, I don't know why he said it, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them. You know what I mean? So you don't have to like it, but I guess you got to respect it. But my whole thing is that I think he was definitely wrong in this case because it's a lot of fun fighters out there. It's a lot of fun fighters, but nobody had accomplished what Deontay Wilder did. Not even Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury even defeated him. So it's just the better man won that night. I don't know. And plus I had seen the video on Tyson Fury's gloves before the fight. Those were a little suspect in my case and for my liking. But I'm not here to make excuses for Wilder. I'm still a hardcore Wilder fan. And like I said, I just really appreciate Wilder. I really appreciate what he brings to the table. And from the last caller, I definitely understand that what you mean by his cardio and as far as running, because Deontay Wilder has been on the record many times where he said he really doesn't care to run, but he does swim. He has, other ways of getting his cardio in, but running is definitely very essential when it comes to boxing and just having great cardio in general and just having strong legs to hold up a man such as Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury, how much he weighed in? I think 277 pounds coming in the fight.
Yes.
Okay. And that's just something he needs to probably should work on in the future, because he still has a lot of fight left in him. And I think he's 36 years old. He just I think me personally, from my standpoint, I think Deontay Wilder, and I said this on the chat yesterday, I think he should work on his defense, his footwork, and his agility to make people miss. You know what I mean? I think he definitely should work on that, because I mean, I understand, being in the ring and he wants to die on the shield and everything like that. But the you know what I'm saying, it's always good to you don't have to take punishment. It's not always good to take punishment. You know what I mean? And that's one thing, Floyd Mayweather always pride himself on. You don't always have to make a name for yourself by taking the most punishment. And because that's one thing I would definitely want to see Deontay work on in the future. And also, like the stamina issue, he's really never had any stamina issues, but for some odd reason, I noticed that he got a little gassed in that fight. I don't know why. I don't know if it was adrenaline. I don't know what it could have been. But I'm not here to make excuses for it. I just enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the moment. And also salute the Glasses Malone. Yo, man, his opinions are hilarious. But that was a great show last night. Oh man,
he's the best.
Yeah. He's a definitely hilarious character, man. Hey, I appreciate him being on the show as well. But I definitely enjoyed that fight, and I definitely want to see more of Deontay Wilder. And I don't really think he has any stamina issues. I just think it was just all in that moment that it was a lot things that was going on. He spent a lot of energy with the arbitration and things like that. So it was he still had a lot a lot on his plate. So like I said, I can't really say any more, but I don't want to hold up your line before you start playing that song on my You know what I'm saying? So I already know how you be. So I just wanted to get on here, and just salute everybody. You know what I mean? So I'll just get off the call. If anything, I probably might call in another, later on in the conversation.
Anytime.
If I got something to say though.
Anytime. Call in anytime. We appreciate you.
Oh, and also I just wanted to quote.
God damn.
What? What?
All right, go ahead, Virgil. What? Go ahead, Virgil Hunter. Go ahead.
Nah, he said something very profound. Like, he said stamina is strength in boxing. Mm-hmm. That's all. Then that's definitely a big issue. Not that he has stamina issues, but sometimes that is a big fact. I mean, that is a very big fact. And Deontay Wilder, he's going to be champion again. He's going to be a two-time champion, whether it's unified, I don't care. I got total faith in him, even though I lost a little bit of money, but I don't care. I'm still 100% Wilder, and it is what it is. We just gotta. I'm about to get out of here, Rick. Much expected, much is given. When I make the living, now I'm giving back to children. Never let the power come first before your happiness. Yes, you can be the best if you go the distance.
Man, one more thing. God damn, man, you sound like man. 214. Hold up, man. Hold up. Well, let's set some ground rules in this motherfucker. Nah, I'm joking. The great SB, man. What's up? The only thing Wilder did wrong was add X-ray. I went back and watched the first fight, and Wilder was better at that weight. He came forward the whole fight and was quicker with great balance. What's up? Yeah, what's going on? I don't know, man. I don't know. Where you at? Why you talking under your pillow? You literally pillow talking right now.
I ain't been here in a minute, but I'm back.
Man, we don't know what you saying, but you sound so far. Who you hiding from? Are you tripping?
I ain't hiding nobody. I'm Deontay Wilder in the flesh. What you talking about?
What's the safe word? The safe word is brown.
Nah, but what I can say is it was a great trilogy. You know what I mean?
We can't hear you. We can't make out what you're saying. We just hear a sound. You sound like you mumble rapping.
Nah, for real.
Are you mumble rapping?
Wilder really can't.
Nigga, we can't hear you. I'm telling you, when you go back and hear the replay, we can't hear you. We need more people. We can't make out what you're saying. No. I hear a sound.
So yeah, he can't beat you. You know what I mean? He's
Nigga, we can't make out what you're saying. We appreciate you calling in, but we can't. You sound like you're running from somebody.
I ain't running from nobody.
You sound like you got a warrant for your arrest.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go. Yeah. She left the room. Okay, go ahead now. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, though, it was a great fight.
God damn, nigga, come on, man.
You trying to make me hang up? You ain't gonna make me do that. But anyway,
I can't make out what you're saying, dog. You're gonna have to call back in from another phone. Call from your trap phone.
You're gonna block this number.
Call from your trap phone.
Trap.
Man, we can't. I'm not. I can't take it. I can't. Nigga, a mumble rapper and shit. You know what I mean? Nigga down there with Young Thug with scarlet red nail polish on. Oh man, 702. What it do, man? Can we hear you?
What's up, Frank?
Hey, what's up,
What's
man?
good?
What's up,
Not
man?
much, man. How you doing, man?
I'm feeling great, man.
I've been trying to call you the last couple of days, man.
Well, it's been busy. We've been hot. We've been hot than a motherfucker the past couple of days. Thanks for sticking with us, though. Appreciate you.
Man, no, I wanted to call you to give you your flowers, man. The other day, when that kid Bryce called, man, as a parent, man, I was like, that's some badass shit. You're listening to the kid, man, trying to hear him out. That's legit, man. As a parent, I mean, I got two kids, man. I was like, you know, back in the days, you know, we used to have the people around the neighborhood. They used to, you know, pull our ears and stuff like that when we doing shit wrong, or just give us that, you know, just give us that little sense of encouragement and shit like that. I mean, I give you props for that, man. Not many people do that shit, and you're giving them time, you use your platform for good. So I just got to give you your flowers on that stuff, man. That's
love. That's love. That's love. It's the community we building. You know what I mean? I want Bryce to feel safe here, but when we serious, we serious. You know what I mean? We gotta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For real, for real.
Yeah, I've been since day one, and I mean, just with that call, he calls all the time and stuff like that. But you know, it looks like he had a little issue, and then
like, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit off.
Yeah, that's tight. And you know, I just want to give you your flowers on that. I just want to give one little comment. That's it. You know, like after the fight, you posted it on Instagram too, and I took a snapshot of it too. You know, when that little, I mean, Wilder's a PBC fighter, right?
Yes, Wilder's a PBC fighter. Yeah, for sure.
So what the F is going on that they put that little thing so with the fish, the you know, that fish pole and shit?
Yeah, that was disrespectful, dog. That was so disrespectful.
I mean, it's just I don't get it, man. He's your fighter. I mean, it's like it looks like they took it down. They took it down.
Yeah, they took it down. Yeah, because the comments. People were like, "How you got to thank this man?" The first comment should have been him saying, "Thank you for selling these pay-per-views and bringing and getting us excited about boxing again." I mean, there's been some good fights, but no one has been more.
I would expected that from Top Rank, but not from PBC. Like, come on, man. But I was like, you know what? I was like,
yeah, that was totally disrespectful. I wonder what Deontay thinks about that. When he comes in here, he'll be in here within a month, and when he does, we'll definitely bring that up. You know what I mean? I thought that was grossly disrespectful, man, and because every time I come home, my kids run to me. You know what I mean? And I would have thought PBC would have done that. Now, for those that I'm not saying Al Heyman did it, that's an intern doing it. That's probably an intern or an employee doing it, but they had to get hired. And when you're not in control of the hiring phase, that's what you get. So ultimately, the boss is in charge. But I know he didn't say, "Hey, post that." Al Heyman didn't call someone to say, "Post that." But when you got to hire the right people, you know.
Yeah, so you're so right, man.
So that's what it is.
Yeah. I just wanted to call you, give you your flowers, man.
That's love.
I love that call the other day, and you know, just talk about that shit. But you know, I'm being back in the chat, man. Thanks a lot for everything. Man. Take care.
No, appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thanks, Vegas. Appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna play it one more time so we all can listen to it. I would play the video, but I don't know the Smo too well. But he's been cool with me. I mean, I've never spoken to him. I don't think I ever have, but I just been in the same media room with him, and he loves doing one-on-one interviews and exerting a lot of energy. He exerts a lot of energy. All right, hold on. I'm gonna play the audio again. Okay, hold on.
Thinking in the ring the same way I express it on TV, and that's really just taking me to another level.
With your analyst cap on, who should Deontay Wilder fight next?
You know what? At the end of the day, I think it's time for us to stop looking at Deontay Wilder as a potential great heavyweight champion and look at him as a potential very fun heavyweight fighter to watch.
What's up, man?
What's up, Fred?
Man, what's up with your boy, man?
Who's Shawn Porter?
Yeah, you like him this week, right?
Shawn Porter, man, he's always a great fighter to watch until he starts, not being accurate and trying to be a boxer. That doesn't work for him. He needs to do what he does best, which is grind his opponents to the ground. But yeah, I definitely don't agree with what he said. I think what Wilder showed was almost superhuman, nearly superhuman. I mean, and Porter seems like he's cut from that cloth, in my opinion, that you got to knock him out. Like, he's not going to just take a defeat in the sense that he'll quit. I don't see no quitting Porter. It's ridiculous that, in my opinion, he's cut from that cloth where you got to probably kill him. And for him to say that is just disgraceful. And he also said something stupid with the Devin Haney situation where he said the fight was fixed. I mean, we all say stupid stuff, but this is stupid. This is stupid, man. I'm not gonna cancel Porter, like I'm not a fan no more, or I'm not gonna watch him, but he's towing the line, in my opinion. That was ridiculous, man. You gotta give him the man Wilder credit. I mean, there are a lot of fighters that talk a good game, but they're not really about doing whatever it takes to win, in the sense that you got to kill me. That's it. You have to kill me. Mm-hmm. And that sounds sick to a lot of people, but most people aren't boxers anyway, so they don't understand that mindset. They don't understand why these fighters have this mindset. Wilder's not the first fighter to say this. Floyd Mayweather told his uncle, I think, do not throw the towel under no circumstances. No circumstances. There are a bunch of fighters that said that. He's not the only fighter. Tyson Fury said that. He said basically he was willing to die in the ring as well. So I think Porter's from that same cloth. So it was a real bad take from Porter. And hopefully one day he thinks about what he said, especially if he's in a position where, just say for example, in this Crawford fight, what if, Crawford makes him quit? Just what if? I know we can't fathom that, but what if Crawford makes him quit? Then what? Then that take is a real horrible take. What do you think about that? What if Crawford makes Porter quit after what Porter said?
I wouldn't care. I
oh damn.
I don't even know. I was actually just basing that fight off of like reality. I wasn't like gonna pretend with y'all and be like, yeah. I think Crawford straight punches gets there first. I think Shawn is wild. I think Shawn is gonna run into a lot of stuff. The one advantage of being a switch hitter is you can pivot off both just as fluid each way. So Shawn is really like, no matter what lead hand Terrence Crawford got up, he'll have the ability to go in either direction, and I think that's going to be the demise of Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter lost to Ugas. That was a knockdown.
Yeah.
When I rewatched the Danny Garcia fight, I had Danny winning that fight. I thought Danny won all the early rounds. He didn't dominate the early rounds, but he clearly won the first 4 rounds of that fight, in my opinion. So when you look at Shawn Porter's career, he was gifted. Jack Reese really, I think Jack missed that call. You know what I mean? So it's funny how Jack Reese is the middleman. We gotta get Jack Reese back on, man. That's my friend, man. And
I would love. I don't mean to cut you off, but I really would love for you to sit down with Jack Reese and explain some of his calls, and then bring back some of his comments that he said in the past, which was ridiculous.
Yeah,
like he went from saying, "Oh well, these are bigger guys, the heavyweights, so I got to stop the fight because they do more damage versus the little guys." And he does the exact opposite in both situations. He let a guy who could have been concussed in Tyson Fury in the 12th round, that was dangerous. Most refs agreed that was a dangerous call, and let him continue. But then there was fights in the lower weight classes with him. He stopped the fight with a fighter dominating the fight completely from round 1 to all the way, and stopped it because in the last second of the round, just because the guy got hurt. Just because he got hurt. That's it. I don't get Jack Reese. I think one day somebody needs to sit down with him and just watch these calls. I know he's human, he makes mistakes, but it's just sometimes he makes blatant mistakes that kind of contradicts what he says and goes against some of even the protocols of refs. But I just want to give my flowers to Wilder. What he did was, like I said, superhuman, man. Most people would quit before he even got to the 6th round, fucking round, 7th round. And he's getting a lot of credit for that, but I think now a lot of credit goes to Malik Scott for some of the things he said to Wilder. People didn't listen to what he said. He said the right things to Wilder. I thought he did a great job in telling him. Now, Wilder, did he execute? Absolutely not. He didn't. Let's be honest. He did not execute. He was literally telling Wilder on his every round, look, don't get lackadaisical in the clinch with him. You can't. Fury is a smart fighter. He's a very intelligent fighter. He's bigger than you, and he will take every advantage of that size. He doesn't give a fuck. He's a gypsy. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. They don't care. All they care about is winning. They don't care if they get points taken from them. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck?
Yeah, exactly. And I agree. There was a bunch of times Wilder kept his guard down and kept his hand down where it could protect his head from getting hit from Fury. Or Fury would push off of his elbow, and Wilder, instead of dipping out to protect himself, he would sit there. And we got to be honest. Glasses Malone last night was right. Wilder's not used to fighting somebody that big. He's not used to it. He's not. There's no one like Tyson Fury in history that's 6'9" and almost 300 fucking pounds. So he lost to somebody that in physical stature, there's no one in history like that. No one. Anybody else, Wilder probably wins because he doesn't have to deal with that shit. He doesn't. So I just want to give credit to both men. Honestly, Tyson Fury, he's a great fighter. Wilder is a great fighter. I think Wilder can get some good wins. Maybe one day they can fight again. Maybe not. I don't know. But it's no shame to losing to somebody like Tyson Fury, man. And people shitting on him and saying Wilder this lost that. That's just cut the excuses, man. He lost to a great fighter. That makes him look good as well. Because guess what? He loses to a guy who cheats, and him and his team allowed. What does that say about him? He did his best, and that's all we can ask for. I want to see him and AJ. That fight is time for it. AJ versus Wilder. I want to see 3 fights with them gentlemen. It's time. And fuck Eddie Hearn for fucking that fight up. First of all, when they both were undefeated and for undisputed. Eddie Hearn killed that fight, Fred. I know we need to remind people about that. He killed the chance for that fight. He killed it. We could have had both of those guys in 2 fights, UK and in America, for undisputed when both were undefeated, and he fucking killed it. And I think he needs to get bashed all across social media for that, because he's getting away with that shit. But real quick, I just want your take on this J-Rock situation, man. Like, do you think Sugar Hill did J-Rock dirty?
No, I just think he had priorities, and his priority.
I'm be honest.
What was Tyson Fury?
I think he did him dirty, honestly.
Okay, and that's fair.
You don't do that. You don't. That's
what did he do?
World champion. Well, first of all, he had this man coming back off a 2-year layoff, almost 2-year layoff, doing a 10-rounder. What the fuck? Why are you doing a 10-rounder?
That's an Al Heyman decision, though.
Yeah, well, that you think so?
I mean, he sanctions the fight. He puts the opponents together. He just trains them.
I thought the trainers can agree or disagree about the contract. Like, hey, man, we don't want a 10-round. I've seen fights where they change the round literally the day of the fight and shit.
Yeah, 4, 6, 8, and all that, but
that was ridiculous. J-Rock did not look in great shape at all. He looked like he was not ready for a 10-rounder at all. He was probably better conditioned for a 6 at least, at the most. That was fucking ridiculous. And yeah, I'm gonna blame Sugar Hill with that shit. You're partying with Tyson Fury, getting drunk, going to partying and shit. Y'all try to make it up, and so you cut J-Rock so you can hurry up and get Fury ready for Wilder. That's what happened. That's what fucking happened. I know nobody's gonna say that shit, but I'm gonna say it. and Sugar Hill needs to be called up for that bullshit.
We're gonna get Sugar Hill in there within a month.
Yeah, and I hope I get to call in. I'm gonna tell him about that bullshit. I know he gonna say, well, that's not what. Well, I don't believe it. In that last call, when y'all did an interview with him, he contradicted himself a couple times. So no, I don't believe him. That was fucked up. That is a former world champ. You don't handle him like that. He's been out for a long time. He needed somebody that was a way softer tune-up and a 6-rounder.
Way softer tune-up, man. That guy was 12-4, man. That guy was a journeyman. That guy was a journeyman. What's happening, man? What's happening is these guys aren't fighting enough, and their skills are diminishing. Y'all call it me hating on Al Heyman. I call it telling the truth. I No, I feel the way I feel the same way you feel about Al Heyman. They're not fighting enough. They're not fighting enough, dog. And when you and if you don't use it, what you tell your son? If you don't use it, you what?
Lose it.
You lose it, man. Why is the rules different when we put Al Heyman before anything? Everybody just pussies gets wet. You know what I mean? Like, they never even met the man.
Well, I got one more question, and I'm gonna get off. What do you think about Richard Schaefer signing all these fighters? He just signed Joe Joyce and his manager. What do you think about that?
Oh, he signed Sam Jones.
Yeah. Sam Jones.
That's a smart move. I think Sam Jones is a great mouthpiece. Me and Sam Jones got into it.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It was epic. It was epic. He looked at me and said, He looked at me and said, "You don't even got $20,000."
Oh wow.
Yeah, man, that was fun. Okay. But that's their perception of us. I'm not mad.
Oh,
I'm not mad.
Okay.
Because I expect it from them. But the point I'm making is that's a great move by Richard Schaefer. That's a move that PBC should have made. Like hire a mouthpiece. Pay someone $150,000 a year to talk. You got fights every week. Pay somebody $150 that knows boxing, that knows the fighters, that's going to get me interested, that's going to stir up controversy. Bob Arum is more interesting than anyone on PBC that wears a suit.
Well, yeah, Bob was going in, man. Hey, Bob, shout out to Bob Arum, man. I don't like him for a lot of reasons, but damn, he was cooking everybody in sight. That was great. That was fucking great.
Yeah, man. So
but I'm gonna get out so everybody can call in.
Yeah, Kevin Brower's like, yes.
Shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. Look, first ballot Hall of Famer. That was legendary, man. Superhuman shit. And shout out Tyson Fury, man. What he did. Hey, only he could do what he did to Deontay Wilder. Get that straight. Only he. And of course, Earl Spence, get well soon.
Yeah, feel better, Earl.
Retired Jamel Hearn. And of course, Devin Haney, move up to 140, get them belts, and I'm out.
Yeah. What's up, Kev? Got you in a second. I'm gonna have to hook up the other computer in a second. What's up?
What up, Fred?
I'm feeling great, man. What you got?
Man, Shawn Porter.
I'll play it again because the numbers keep on going.
Yeah. Go ahead. Run it back.
It's always it's 100 more people since the last time I played it. So let me play it right now. This dude's a weirdo, man. I told you.
Shawn Porter is a strange dude, man.
Ring the same way I express it on TV, and that's really just taking me to another level.
With your analyst cap on, who should Deontay Wilder fight next?
You know what? At the end of the day, I think it's time for us to stop looking at Deontay Wilder as a potential great heavyweight champion and look at him as a potential very fun heavyweight fighter to watch.
Shawn Porter.
Oh my God.
Shawn Porter done lost his damn mind.
Oh man.
Man, look, hey, and you know what? Have you ever watched Shawn Porter's podcast? Just watch like a couple of never watched it.
Oh, I take that back. I had the quarantine and I watched everything. I was home for like 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching Snail's Race. You know what I mean? Like it was, I watched it that week, but I've never watched it. I'll be honest. I don't consider Shawn interesting at all. I've been around him. Shawn is not personality driven enough to put his facts and metaphors or make me laugh or anything like that. Like he works too hard to be who he is. And I don't think he's interesting enough.
Yeah.
I've seen one episode and you guys have, because I always ask you guys timestamp it for me. So I've seen him in timestamps, but I've never sat down and watched a full episode. Only one time.
Shawn Porter be on his show talking like he is like the second coming of Marvin Hagler or something. Man, look,
oh really?
God, boy, he just needs to stop. He needs to stop. Look. So Shawn Porter has never held a title for longer than 1 year. So Deontay Wilder has 10 successful title defenses. He is 40. I believe, Deontay Wilder is 40-2, right? And he held
and won, yeah.
And he held the WBC championship belt for 5 years. And he says that we need to stop looking at him. Like, come on, Shawn, man, this nigga is weird, bro. Shawn Porter is so weird. Like, it's like everybody forget about the 40 other fights that Deontay Wilder had. Like, and they're just like, oh man, well, Deontay Wilder, like he always been trash, man. Like he ain't ever, like, come on, bro. Like y'all wasn't hollering that 40 fights ago. Like, stop it. Just stop. Man, these dudes, they be annoying me, man. Like, I'm sick of Jamel Charlo.
Shit.
What's that?
Oh, damn.
What happened?
Oh shit. The councilman. See, this son of a biscuit, man. I'm sorry. I just got the notification. LA City Council, Mark Ridley Thomas, indicted on federal corruption charges. The councilman that was in here. Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Vanilla joined special reports to discuss. Wait a minute. Can I read this? Because he was.
Yeah. Wasn't he was on the show? Wasn't he once?
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
No. All I was gonna say was that I am sick of Shawn Porter suits, and that's my call, bro. I'm out.
Damn, I'm gonna read this real quick, and then I'll go to the other computer. We got an hour and a half left. God damn, see, I got to keep up with this shit. God damn, LA City Councilman. I'm gonna read it because I'm getting it all at the same time. Okay, it's a long ass article. I can't read it because y'all won't be interested. At the end of the day, I'll read it on the next call and give you guys the overview. God damn, they got his ass. See, this is why, I mean, I was so close. Don't you know how close I was to being a councilman in Whittier? I was that close. And I would have won. My second term because the incumbent got upseated in the next election, and the guy actually ran in my place and ran on my same talking point. So he would have. So I would have literally been a councilman in Whittier for at least 4 years. You know what I mean? But men like me can't be councilmen because I don't need the money. I don't want to be a celebrity. You know what I mean? So damn, they got man. He was on the show, dog. So now I gotta follow that show, man, because I feel like a little bit like a betray, not betrayed in the realest sense of the word, but like, dude, you like Rizza Islam. He came on here and he's in a $4 million fraud case. I didn't know this, man. One, I wouldn't have had him on. Or two, I would have asked him about it. I think two would have been, I would definitely have asked him about it. I didn't know. Like, I was like a supporter of Rizza Islam, dog. You know what I mean? I was a supporter, like he did. I mean, when I always watch his videos, I was following him on Instagram. And then when I just heard like 3 months ago or something, like somebody told me, and I had no idea, dog. The nigga was fraud. Him and his mom was frauding millions of dollars, dog. And now this guy, Mark Ridley Thomas, dog. God damn. These niggas be really getting over, dog. And so I feel kind of slighted a little bit when they come on our platform and they talk this brotherly love thing and they behind the scenes robbing the people, dog. You know what I'm looking at right now? Not when I'm not figured. My taxes came yesterday. I paid sales tax, property tax, payroll tax. God damn! Like, I mean, we just getting taxed up the wazoo, and this man is out here robbing us, dog. Man. No, I know you can't believe, but I'm just saying, man, whenever Fred, you told me, Champion Heart, dog. I just forgot, man. You should have Champion Heart. You got my phone number, dog. You should have, because Fred would have wanted to ask that question, dog. But anyways, man, where was I in this fucking show? Oh, I gotta cut on the other computer, and it's man, it is what it is, man. Actually, this Thanksgiving, I think I'm gonna give all my tenants turkeys. I was gonna do a turkey giveaway, but I think I'm gonna just give my tenants all turkeys the first day of November. I think so, first week of November or something like that. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be kind. I gotta go to Costco and put in my order. But yeah, man, it's allegedly, right? Allegedly, but god damn. Man, but when they got proof of, see, I read half the article. When they got proof of your cousins taking bribes and getting jobs and whew, man. Yeah, man, it's just awful, man. I'll say this, man, as it pertains to J-Rock. He got to get his ducks in a row. He J-Rock has to decide, do I want to be world champion again? You already know what you're up against. You're going to fight once every 10 months. You got to keep your body in shape. You got to keep your conditioning up. You got to eat. Man, them preservatives catch up with you. I'm 43 years old, and I will tell you, all y'all 20-something-year-old suckers, don't fall in love with preservatives. Y'all saw me eating potato chips before the show. Keep them preservatives and that sodium out of your life. Y'all see me eating them pistachios. I eat the pistachios so I don't have to eat the chips. You know what I mean? And but it's just incredibly, incredibly important that these fighters understand the realities of their career. No matter how great you are in this sport right now, you're gonna fight once every 10 months. And if you're on PBC, you might even fight once a year, once every 13 months. Robert Easter was talking last night like, man, I'm about to go scam something. He need a fight. Let me see if it's still up, man. Let me see this Robert Easter. I was like, holy shit. Let me see if it's still in the stories or it's gone. Yeah, here, it's still up. Let me show you guys this. Robert Easter is like, man, I'm trying to go scam something real quick. You see it? You see it? I'm close to scamming somebody right now. That nigga need a fight. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, these fighters need fights, and they're gonna have to accept that's the law of the land. You know what I mean? Yeah, stay away from them preservatives, man. You know what I mean? It's important. That sodium, that shit catches up with you. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. You know what I mean? I have a good genetic base, so I can cheat a little more than my contemporaries, But don't fuck around. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. Don't fuck around. Anyways, man, as we get back into what the hell is going on with this show, where were we? I'll play the clip again so we can get re-excited and go back to where we were.
On TV, and that's really just taking me to another level.
With your analyst cap on, who should Deontay Wilder fight next?
You know what? At the end of the day, I think it's time for us to stop looking at Deontay Wilder as a potential great heavyweight champion and look at him as a potential very fun heavyweight fighter to watch. What fun, exciting fights are we going to see? Great heavyweight champion, fun and exciting. And look at him as Joshua, Andy.
So he's a great heavyweight champion to watch. That's your boy. That's your boy, dog. That's your boy. A great heavyweight champion to watch. And we're good. So there you have it. Now we're back on. The phone lines are back open, and I gotta cut this damn computer on so I can. I'm gonna take my. Hopefully I take my this weekend. What's up, 702?
Uncle Fred, what's going on?
Hey, what you got, man? What you got for us tonight?
How you living?
Oh man, I mean, feel like I just
Hanging in
robbed
there?
3 banks,
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, so I was going to tell you a little bit about this weekend. I know you've been busy the past few days. I've been trying to get in, but I know you have some guests on, so I figured I'll call in, get in tonight. But yeah, man, Wilder. All right, this is my weekend, right? I have my in-laws in on Friday. I had my in-laws come in on Friday, and then Saturday we had a barbecue, and all my in-laws. I had some of my cousins there, and we watched the fight. Now, last week I remember telling you that I took Wilder in the 4th round knockout, and I had Wilder for the knockout. So I had him on a parlay. I had him knockout in the 4th round, and I had Wilder knockout. So when Wilder knocks him down in the 4th round, man, my heart done jumped out of my goddamn body. I was like, man, it's going down. I'm about to hit. And then now all of a sudden we hearing about this slow count. So I'm like, oh man, I done got robbed out of my damn parlay card. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good fight though, man. Hats off to Deontay Wilder. He's still champion in my eyes. I have no doubt.
Yeah, he definitely got better's mad for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was crazy. My damn heart done jumped out of my neck. All of a sudden, this slow count. Everybody talking about this slow count. So now I'm really pissed.
He'll be back.
Oh yeah. He'll be back. Uncle Fred, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
After 6th, 7th round, I was going to ask you, and I was going to ask actually, where's Kyle at? Because he need to do the bird walk for me since the Cardinals smacked the 49ers ass this past week.
Oh yeah. I did make that bet.
Yeah, when he come on, he need to do the bird dance for me.
He'll be in here in a second.
Let me ask you this question: when it gets to the 6th, 7th round, and Wilder's really taking punishment, when does it get to the point where you as a trainer, you have to throw in the towel? You can't do it no. You can't let your fighter take any more punishment. When do you get to that point?
I don't remember the fight per se. You
didn't go rewatch it?
I haven't yet.
No. Man, I hate seeing my man Wilder taking punishment like that. I don't know. I saw an interview with Malik Scott, and he was saying that no matter what, he wasn't going to throw in the towel. And I don't know, man. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. When to get to the point where you have to throw in that towel? What you think?
Oh, there is a point. I just don't remember the fight. I gotta cut one off.
I'm just saying in general, when your fighter's taking as much punishment as a fighter does, when does it get to that point?
It's hard to answer it.
I mean, do you still think Mark Breland was wrong throwing in the towel on that second fight?
No, I gotta hang up one of these damn It's hard to talk. No,
Yeah,
I would have
yeah,
definitely
break it up.
thrown in the towel. I actually told Wilder I would have thrown in the towel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if there was any indication of the third fight, I don't see no wrong about really throwing that towel in the second fight.
1 second. All right, now we're back now. Okay, good. I got to go with this until I got to get my computer fixed. So I don't know which one it is. 1 second, let me figure this out. Let me figure this out. All right, good. We're back now. All right. I got it figured out now. So now you, what the fuck? All right, hopefully that did it. Can you guys hear me now? Are we good? Hopefully that did it. Can you guys hear me now? Are we good? Shit, hold up. Let me see if I can do this. All right. Now we should be good. All right, we're good now. We're good. Next week I'll have my computer fixed so I can do the show from normally. But now you guys just got to beam in now. I can't take any calls. That's the bad thing about this, is that I can't take any calls on this damn on this side. But all right, we're good now. We're good. I can still play all this the footage and stuff, but I can't. But what I was gonna say as it pertains to Shawn Porter, I'm gonna blame y'all motherfuckers, because y'all wouldn't listen to me. Y'all called me a hater, right? Y'all called me a hater, right? Like, oh man, you just hating on the Porters. No, I ain't hating on them. Y'all gave Shawn Porter participation trophies. And because you gave Shawn Porter a participation trophy, he's coming back like he's like the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? And I think it's just incredibly important that we just start calling a spade a spade. You know, Shawn Porter is a high-priced journeyman at this point. You know what I mean? He's a gatekeeper at this point. He hasn't won the big fights. Is he a hell of a fighter? Yeah. He's not a Hall of Famer yet, you know? But because y'all gave them participation trophies, he comes in here and says crazy stuff like this. You know what I mean? Any champion that has 10 title defenses in any era, shit, 5 years? Shit, man. So I'm blaming y'all. Y'all the culprits of this, man. Y'all started this. I told y'all, don't give out participation trophies. Y'all motherfuckers want to give out participation trophies. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not mad. Shawn is going to be Shawn. You know, I personally don't care. I thought it makes for a great conversation, though. Y'all better start giving out stop giving out participation trophies. Earl beat the shit out of Shawn, man. Man, y'all, that fight was 8-4. That fight was 8-4, man. You know, and he thoroughly beat him. He thoroughly beat him. So I wish I could connect my damn program to this computer, you know. So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Y'all motherfuckers gonna say Shawn is the best thing since sliced bread. He got a chance against Terrence Crawford. When have he ever won a big fight, dog? It's like me. When I get big interviews, right? That's my job, to get big interviews. I work, I grind, and we end up getting big interviews. You know what I mean? Nah, it was 8-4. I had go rewatch the fight. It was 8-4. Man, Earl beat y'all motherfuckers giving out participation trophies, dog. You know what I mean? Shawn makes for a great opponent. That's it. He makes for a great opponent. Why we just can't accept it? He makes for a great opponent. Tell me a Hall of Famer he's beat. Paulo Malignaggi would probably be a Hall of Famer in Atlantic City. Adrian Broner would be a Hall of Famer in Ohio. So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Y'all gonna move with what you feel is favorite. You know what I mean? And I ain't got no dog in this race. I'm not saying this from a hater's perspective. I just state the truth. Shawn Porter is the Buffalo Bills. To simply put, Kenny Porter is Marv Levy, and Shawn Porter is Jim Kelly. That's it. They don't win big fights. And I was listening to this, and you know what I was thinking? I wish I had Kyle in here right now. I think Kyle would bounce off. So, Shawn Porter might be fighting for his dad's validation. You understand what I'm saying? He might be fighting for validation because he's never turned the corner as in terms of being great. You can call it hate. I don't care. It's my platform. It's hate. I'll accept it. I'm hating. He might just be fighting because his dad wants him to fight. He might be fighting because he's good at it. He might not be fighting because he loves it. You understand what I'm saying? He might. If Bud KO Porter, do you got him over Spence? Nah, it's a completely different fight, man. Shawn Porter is 33 years old. He was 31 when they fought. I actually want, in a perfect storm, I would want Terrence Crawford to win this fight big. So it heightens the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford movement. You know what I mean? But we gonna see. We get a lot of answers. I appreciate you, Kai. We get a lot of answers November 20th. Hopefully nobody gets COVID, man. Hopefully everyone stays isolated. I know Crawford was moving with 5 to 10 people. Hopefully none of them get COVID. Shawn said that he is, I heard it in the interview, he said that in the Smoes interview that he's in a cabin or something. So hopefully nobody gets COVID. I genuinely think that that's important. Oh, that's your birthday weekend? You got to go to the fight. They got 2,500 tickets left. If you don't go, we'll watch the fight together. We'll definitely watch the fight together. For sure. Oh, man. So that's definitely where I'm at with it, man. When somebody be, man, and holler at your boy, man. Yeah, man. I just don't think Shawn is the best opponent for an A-level fighter. Oh, I bet you, Birdman. Yeah, I did. I bet you $100. Man, Shawn can't win that fight, dog. Listen, I ain't gonna even lie to you. They don't know how to win big fights. They don't. Kenny Porter's ego is too big. He's too prideful. He'll never ask for help. He thinks he can do everything. And Shawn thinks he's Superman. That's it. I think Shawn is a great athlete. I think Shawn probably could have been a professional football player, but I don't think he's that. I don't think that I definitely don't I don't think they know how to win big fights. Because you got to take into account that I was at the Kell Brook fight. I thought that was a winnable fight. The biggest adjustment Shawn Porter had to do was win the clinches. I thought if Shawn won the clinches, it changes the tenor of that fight. I think that Kell Brook would not have won a clinch as much, you know. Yeah, he definitely needs to. I think Barry Hunter is a great asset to him. I absolutely admire Barry Hunter's work. You know, what's up, man?
Fred, what's up, man? I don't know what's up with Shawn Porter.
Yeah, that was corny of him to say that, for sure.
Well, I mean, to consider him as an exciting fighter, Wilder reigned supreme for years. Porter can't say that.
Right.
Shit, if anybody, and you said it, Fred, an A-list fighter, Shawn Porter is your perfect match. It's safe.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna make the fight entertaining.
Right.
But he's not gonna hurt you. When's the last time Shawn Porter knocked somebody out?
4.5 years ago, Berto.
He knocked. What?
Andre Bird. Yeah, that was shocking. Someone called in the other week and told us. I had no clue.
Wow.
I had no clue.
I've seen Shawn get off the ground a bunch of times, but it's like, and he did hurt Earl like maybe twice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he hurt him with any serious. Like Earl was in danger, but he caught Earl. But I think Terrence Crawford about to put him in retirement.
And if Earl Spence, if Terrence Crawford puts him in retirement, he ain't gonna have no respect in these streets.
Who's left to fight once he loses to Terrence?
He gonna have to go to 154 and fight somebody like J-Rock, or he can rematch Danny Garcia at 154.
Where's Danny been? I like Danny. I don't know why he's not fighting right now.
Yeah, they ain't got no money for him.
How much money can he ask for, though? You know, he don't have any belts.
Man,
he don't have any belts, and what is he coming off? Like two losses right now? 2 straight losses?
I know he hasn't won a bit. Yeah, he got beat bad against Earl, and I don't know who he fought before that. Who did he fight before Earl? Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. I don't know who he fought before that. Who did he fight before that?
I don't know. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Shawn Porter. I mean, he's trying. He's an interesting character. I took a look at
he's becoming
press conference he had.
That's sad.
He's an interesting character. Yeah, and it's not authentic.
He's not authentic.
He's trying too hard. Nah,
I feel he wants to be
too hard.
I feel he wants to be like Tim Bradley.
Why? Why Tim Bradley?
I don't know. That's a good question. Why?
Let me ask you this, Fred.
Because it's human nature.
There's a guy. You said it's human nature.
Yeah.
To be like Tim Bradley?
No, you said why? Because it's human nature. Man. See, this is why I need real niggas on the phone with me. Man, that was a total. You missed my whole joke, man.
I did. I'm a real nigga though, Fred. You gotta remember though.
Tell him that is human nature. Why?
Oh, Mike Jack. Mike Jack. That's my shit. Hey, Fred, let me ask you this though. What about Thurman?
They ain't got no money for him, dog. They ain't got no money. They can't pay Danny Garcia. They can't pay Keith Thurman. They not fighting because they don't want to fight. They want to make They want to make twos and threes every time they fight, and they can't.
Well, I don't know what the communication was when Earl was trying to fight him, but that he can get $3 million with Earl.
He already fought Earl.
Thurman didn't fight Earl.
Oh yeah.
I actually like that fight.
So do I, because Thurman got that thunder in his hand.
Press conferences would be lit.
Yeah, it would. And him and let me ask you this though. So you saw that exchange between Terrence Crawford and I don't know who the white dude was with eczema on his face. I don't know who's throwing. Yeah, I don't know who's throwing the promotion. Who's behind the? It's Aram. Yeah, it's Aram and at the press conference with Shawn and Terrence. It was a white dude sitting right next to Kenny Porter.
I don't know who that is.
All right. Well, look, he said that they try to make the fights that the fans want. They lied.
Oh,
They said.
That was, I meant to do a video on that. I'm glad you caught that. Dog, did you hear what Terrence Crawford said?
I did.
But two, did you pick up on the next move that happened? I'm gonna see if you caught it.
Oh, Aram?
Yeah,
Aram trying to butt in?
Why did he butt in? Why did Aram butt in?
Yeah.
Why did Aram butt in?
Because he's in the way. He's the reason that fight
Exactly. Amen. And Aram are in the way, and he played it off like, we're in a new thing because he didn't want to expose it. So by him talking, he knew that Terrence Crawford would say, okay, it's done. It's over with. You get Tom Brown. I told y'all niggas, it ain't no other side of the street. They've agreed to do business separately until they absolutely have to.
Well, shit, we're here. The time is now.
Time is now. You're absolutely right. Time is now.
Time is now. I don't see. I mean, Pacquiao left. Spence was supposed to send him out of there. Mm-hmm. Spence will get Ugats the fuck out of there as long as he's healthy. Mm-hmm. And Crawford's gonna beat the shit out of whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm glad you told me about that because I got to do an interview on that. I'm right.
Yeah, man. But Fred, I watched that 9 Wives yesterday.
Oh, how'd you like it?
I liked it. Man, people manipulate though, don't they?
Don't they? It's
people
sad.
Manipulate.
It's sad, man. And the deeper I go into it, man, it's sad, man, how on so many different levels that they took advantage of black men. It was a plan to people say, why do the Nation of Islam go into prisons and always talk to wounded black men? That's the plan. That's the plan. Elijah Muhammad didn't want Malcolm X going to them schools and talking to those college people. I mean, he even said it. He says, how many people have you conformed or something? I forget the terminology that the Nation of Islam used, but it was intentional of Elijah Muhammad to go get wounded black men, AKA felons, inmates, poor people. You know, it never was a mission of him to go get like, working class people, you know.
Hey, Fred, can two things be two things can both be true though? Because I think based off the 9 Wives documentary, based off Malcolm losing his life, and based off Muhammad Ali saying he wish he would have stuck with Malcolm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you saw that documentary on Netflix.
I saw it.
So yeah, based off of those things, he's definitely a pedophile. But at the same time, but at the same time, but he did do. I mean, without Elijah, there is no Malcolm, right?
Well, I would.
They're still red.
No, I disagree because that was the vehicle at the time to use. gotta keep in mind his dad, his mom and dad was a Garveyite, so it was in him already.
True.
I'm not by no means am I discrediting anybody or anyone. Malcolm X would have been Malcolm X, period. It would have been either via the Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, whatever movement it would have been. I strongly believe Malcolm would have found a way to be a part of that. But history says it is, so it is. You know, it just I don't debate that point because he was in it for 12 years. You get what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
I don't debate that with anybody, but LeBron James would have been an NBA Hall of Fame on anybody's team. And I think Malcolm is the LeBron James of activism, if there is such an example.
I like that. I like that.
And so,
Fred, I got one more before I get out of here, though.
Yeah.
That's going to stir the pot within the community.
Stir it.
Eddie Hearn, right?
Yeah.
Shelly Finkel manages Wilder, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think in a perfect world, I would have much rather had Eddie Hearn managing Wilder.
Go ahead.
I think the mouthpiece on Eddie Hearn, pause, it's done great things for Anthony Joshua. Us in America, we looking at, I mean, he did have a great fight with Dillian White, and he did have a great fight with Klitschko. But Anthony Joshua is who he is today because of that street work, that field work that Eddie Hearn is doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about what Eddie Hearn's doing compared to what whoever is handling Wilder, I'm like, man, I wish Wilder would have had a promoter with a mouthpiece that could talk some shit. This man is over there knocking people in the dirt 40 times in a row. How is there nobody like blowing Wilder up? Why isn't Wilder bigger than what he is?
Okay, before I answer that question, what percentage of Don King's Don King's input was Mike Tyson's success?
Zero.
No, what I'm saying.
Don King?
No, what I'm saying, because you said Eddie Hearn would have been bigger, would have made Deontay Wilder bigger. So I'm saying, in terms of his public appeal, how impactful was Don King? What percentage?
Oh, that's a good question. $50.
$50?
I'd say 50, yeah, because Tyson looked like he was chiseled. Tyson looked scary, walking out with the robe or a towel. Yeah, Tyson was chiseled, and he didn't have to say anything. Tyson looked scary, and Don King said everything for him.
So you say 50. Yeah. So is Eddie Hearn 20% of? So what percentage of Don King is Eddie Hearn?
Like, how close are they?
Yeah, like what percentage of Don King is Eddie Hearn? Is he 20% of Don King, 30% of Don King, 40% of Don King? And there lies your answer. How much impact he would have had on
Wilder,
Deontay Wilder's career? Is he 30% of him? And there lies your answer.
Yeah, I think damn. Okay. I just think Wilder, I think it would have been nice for Wilder to have somebody moving his game consistently.
I agree with you 1000%. I think every fighter needs to have an individual mouthpiece. Like, for example, that young man, I don't know his name, that Terrence Crawford has. I think that he's a great asset for Terrence Crawford. I don't know his name. He has a friend.
I don't know his name either.
He has a light-skinned brother that talks a lot.
Yeah.
Devin Haney has a guy that talks a lot. Those people are so important to your success. And I think PBC lacks that. You know, Bob Arum at 90 years old is a better promoter than Bernie. Thank you. His name is Bernie. Thank you. Is a better promoter than anyone on PBC. How crazy is that?
That's terrible.
Wait. Think about this. Everybody has their own promotional company on PBC, right?
Right.
Why are they using Tom Brown?
Fred, I don't know what they're doing over there.
Makes no sense, right?
Right.
And that's why I tell you guys, it's not about being pro-black. How many black fighters do PBC have? 100. So, man, let's just say 100.
They got a lot.
Let's just say 100. Why don't they use one of the promotional companies? No, they use Tom Brown. I'm not condemning them for it, but I'm letting y'all see. I'm letting y'all see that ain't no pro-black at PBC. Ain't no pro-black at Top Rank. Ain't no pro-black at wherever. It's about money. It's about money. And it's about the bottom line. Al Heyman and Tom Brown have a great relationship. And they work well together. He listens to Al Heyman, and they get the job done. You know, so, and that's just the reality of it. Why don't they use Man Down Promotions? Right?
Right.
No one wants to hear. Who wants to hear Tom Brown speak? For real.
Nobody.
Man.
I don't want to hear Bob Arum speak neither.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to that point where someone else is going to have to step in and be, maybe it's Tyler Buff, I don't know. But someone's going to have to step in and be that mouthpiece. But Eddie Hearn,
I like Eddie Hearn, Fred. I'm not gonna lie. I like Eddie Hearn.
No,
this is why I like Eddie Hearn, because he's delusional about his fighters. You know, I watched the video. He literally said that AJ had the better resume than Wilder. That don't even make sense.
But somebody's gonna believe it.
Right.
And that's the whole point. Your job ain't to tell the truth as a promoter. Your job is to promote.
Yep.
When Devin Haney has a fight, Bill Haney promotes. Like, I don't know why Bill Haney ain't still doing his media circuit now. You know?
Yeah, I like Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I don't expect him to tell me the truth. You know, he got to promote his son. But the same expectations I have of Bob Arum is the same of Bill Haney. Like, promote your son. But yeah, PBC, when they came out, man, they were so exciting. PBC was like, I mean, the takeover, like, that shit was, they were so close, dog. They were so close to taking this shit over. Close is relative, but.
Yeah, it was interesting watching it. You're talking about when PBC was snatching up those fighters and Top Rank was trying to survive. Yeah.
And then they flatlined.
It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Fred, does Caleb Plant have? I'm not familiar with Caleb. He does?
Yeah, he got a chance for sure. He's the underdog.
Fred, I thought Billy had a chance.
He did have a chance until he got caught.
Are you riding with Caleb?
I want Caleb to win.
Would you put your money on Caleb?
I wouldn't put real money on Caleb. No. I put fandom money on Caleb. I wouldn't go to Vegas with $10,000. Say I'm putting it on Caleb. I would put the $10,000 on Canelo.
We got some good fights coming up. We got that fight, and we got. Oh, actually, no, we don't. We only have one.
But it's a good start though. Wilder and Fury got us jumping right now. Wilder Fury got us excited, and then we're gonna push that momentum to Jamel. Jamel Herring.
We're not doing nothing for Jamel. You talking about Charlo?
Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring.
Oh.
Jamel Herring is fighting Shakur. I think Shakur Stevenson gonna box his head off. And then we got 2 weeks later, and then we got my favorite fighter, Jamal James, October 30th in Vegas.
Who's he fighting?
Some Russian.
I don't even know who Jamal James is.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Everybody say that's my favorite fighter. He's the next Shawn Porter.
Well, Fred, we don't need no Shawn Porter. Yo, Fred, we don't need no Shawn Porters. Adrian Broner should have never lost to Shawn Porter. I don't know how that happened.
Man, he wasn't ready, man. He didn't want to fight no Shawn.
I don't know how that happened. We don't need no more Shawn Porters, though.
I said Jamal James. That's his name, right? I don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I don't even know my favorite fighter's name. What's his name? Jamal James, right? Yeah. Shango. That's his name. Django, that's his name.
What weight class?
Welterweight. Hey, Jose, I'm going to remove your super chat and I'm going to put the link up. There's the link to watch the film, man. I appreciate you in advance. What's up? All right, let's bring this home together. What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Jamal James, yeah. No, that ain't him. Jamal James throws 80 punches around. All Hart and all.
I don't know who that is.
Champion Hart didn't make a grand entrance tonight.
Oh no,
no music.
I came in and you turned it on right when I came in.
Kyle's asked, I figure we'll bring it all home together. You know?
Right. What we talking about?
Shawn Porter and his comments, and then we just
yeah, Shawn Porter. Yeah. So to me, it sounds like your dislike for Porter is affecting your insight on the fight. You think that's what that is?
No, I just think Terrence Crawford throws straighter punches.
Okay, now you look at Crawford fights, man. He pulls out with his chin up, and he does throw some looping punches. Probably not as much as Porter, but he does throw some looping punches. Now, I would say he throws straighter punches, but he does throw some looping punches. I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Porter is gonna win. I just don't think Crawford is just gonna wash Porter. I think it's gonna be a tough fight, and I see Crawford winning a close decision.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that Shawn, with the level of competition that Shawn has faced, even though he lost, none of those guys, in my opinion, fought their fight. What I'm saying? There were points in those rounds where they were fighting their fight, but for the most, Shawn made them fight his fight.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Now they say that Spence said that he was gonna fight Porter's fight, but he said himself that Crawford is gonna have a tough time, with Porter, thinking he's just gonna come in there and roll over. And Spence is bigger than Crawford.
Terrence,
yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Terrence looked pretty big in his workout, though. He was bigger than what
I know he's got the longer reach.
Yeah, that reach gonna be crucial.
Yeah, I know he's got the longer reach. So I'm ask you this. So say he beats Porter. in a better fashion than Spence did. Do we give him credit?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone gets credit for beating Shawn Porter, man. Shawn Porter's a hell of a No, I mean in a real
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, Shawn Porter's a hell of an opponent. You know what I mean? He is. He's a tough. You gotta. It's not that you gotta figure him out. You just gotta fight at that. You gotta fight at that tempo. It's hard to do.
Right.
Shawn is the great validator.
Right. So
these have to be jabs. These are all jabs.
No, that wasn't a jab. Dude, if I want to shoot jabs, you gonna know I'm shooting jabs. But no, he's like the great validator. Like he validated Earl Spence. He validated Kell Brook when he came over to America. He validated the other guy. What other fighter he lose to?
Thurman.
Yeah, he validated Thurman. And Thurman said, I don't want to fight that man again. Thurman said it.
Yeah. Read brother Cole 10 super chat. What does that say? Who's more accurate? Bud or Shawn? Yeah, I would have to say. I'd have to say Bud. You know,
way more accurate.
Yeah, Shawn. You know, although that was a tough fight with Spence, Shawn was missing a lot of those punches, and I just think that was because, Spence was getting out of the way just enough to make him miss. You know, I he should have been countering the way that he was making him miss. You know, because he was just missing those shots. You know,
he dropped them off the counter, didn't he?
Yeah, he dropped him. Yeah, he dropped him off the counter. I know Kyle was saying that he should have hit him with a combination. He'd have probably knocked him out. I don't know if he would have knocked him out, but yeah, that would have been good for him to hit him with a combination.
Fred, can I ask you a question, sir?
May as well.
I found a man. I don't even know how to ask this question. I'm just gonna ask it. What happened between you and the Porters? What was it?
We just don't like each other, and he snuck me.
No, I saw that, but like, why did he, like? Where's the tension? Where'd it come from? I don't know what originated it. Too much?
Yeah, too much.
Right, fair enough.
Not on my end. Not on my end. It's. I would gladly tell the story, but it incriminates so many people, so I don't even want to talk about it. Man.
Right.
Fair enough.
It's not just me. It's not just me.
Not just you and Bob. Right. Other people are involved. Yeah, that's yeah.
Fred, you got close.
I would gladly tell it, but it just incriminates 3 or 4 other people that I don't want to. You know?
Right. I get that. Yeah. Yeah, man. Real quick on.
I like my reaction time though. Before you go, how'd you
like
my reaction?
That's what I was saying.
My reaction time, right? My reaction time is dope, nigga. Yeah, put your hands on me. I'm coming, nigga. I'm coming. Like I ain't no lay down nigga. Nigga, man. Yeah, he's right. He won. He won that battle. But I won the war.
You had him on his back foot.
Say it again.
Had him on his back foot.
Yeah.
Man, I had to get up out of there.
I wanted that nigga, dog. I wanted that nigga.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Okay. One boy Kyle tonight, man. He not coming in?
He probably sleep. We're probably working overtime. You gotta get that nigga chain.
Oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, he said he had to work like
Kyle a fool, man.
He said he had to work in like 2 hours. So let me ask y'all this. Did anybody's perspective on the Wilder Fury fight, the third one, given, the days have gone by, do y'all look at the fight any different?
No, I don't look at it any different. It was that fight took me back in the day Ryan Lau and George Foreman.
Woo! That's the greatest fight ever.
Yeah. It
That's
took me
the
back
greatest sock and robot fight ever.
Right. It took me back to that, man. And
you said that in the chat yesterday.
Yeah. And I'm team bomb squad all the way, man. That was, to hear Super Cone. Well, let me change that. Charles. To hear
Formerly
him,
known as the artist Super Cone.
Right. For him, as much hate as he had for Wilder, and for him to come in and say, that man gained my respect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, I'm actually liking Charles. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for him to come in and say that, man, that let me know that what I was feeling watching that fight, man, that was a fantastic fight. Even though Wilder came up short, I'm still team squad, and it was a fantastic fight. I'm not tripping too much on the slow count. That's historic. That's been in a lot of fights. I was the big Tyson fan, and when Buster Douglas got the slow count, you know what I'm saying? I mean, man, I was like, I couldn't accept it for years. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, man, I was so hurt, man, when Tyson lost that fight, man, and that slow count. I was like, no way, you know what I'm saying? But and I hear a lot of the things the guys are saying concerning that. There was a lot of things that I was saying when it came to Tyson, but at the end of the day, Tyson couldn't get Buster out of there, and same with Wilder, man. He couldn't get Tyson. I mean, he couldn't get Fury out of there. So it is what it is, but like I was saying, in the show last week or a few days ago, that I really hope that Wilder gets a thorough, all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Be sure that he's good, man, before he gets back in there, because there are some fights for him. Although I feel that he's done enough to be Hall of Famer, but there's still some fights out there for him. I'm still excited if the Joshua fight happens. Because he still got that bomb. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he'll catch Joshua with it.
Oh, for sure. Joshua don't have the head movement Fury got.
Right, exactly. He doesn't have the movement that Fury has. He's not as big as Fury, and the thing with one of the reasons that Wilder was able to get hit with that right hand like that, because normally the cats that he could lean back and they were missing. But Fury is so big, man. His arms are so long. You know what I'm saying? Leaning back, he wasn't able to get out of the way of that. So that's why he was getting hit constantly like that. So I don't know how much. The defense was flawed, but yet,
for sure.
But yet, he can see there's still some fights, that he can get. To put on his resume before he decides to hang the gloves up, if he hasn't already decided. What do you think, Fred?
I think Wilder would be the favorite against everybody except Fury.
Right.
Yeah. I think I don't think there's no one in boxing. I even think that Vegas will have him a favorite against Usyk.
Everybody's killing me with this Usyk bandwagon stuff, man. Come on, man.
I mean, put him in there with Ruiz.
Yeah, I want to see.
Ruiz got no chance, man. Yeah,
He's too small, man. Ruiz better
small, man.
Yeah, he's too small.
Ain't no way in hell he gonna be a man. People don't understand, man. That right hand is coming.
Yeah, it's coming. You better believe it.
That ain't coming. There's nothing you can do. That if Chris Arreola knocked Ruiz down,
right?
Yeah, he might knock the tattoos off of Ruiz. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, that motherfucker might be bleeding ink. you know?
Right.
Like that motherfucker gonna say, "Take my chain, Holmes." You know,
Right.
like man,
I
that's a
do.
motherfucker that completely changed. That motherfucker got Rolls Royces, gold, everything.
Yeah.
He broke now. He might step in there with Wilder for that check.
He need that check. That motherfucker
Yeah, he might step in there with Wilder for that check.
He wanted my
Shit, I'll
chain
step in
too.
there. I'll step in there with Wilder for that check.
Shit, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be the same. My frame too small. I can't fight no nigga like Wilder.
Nah.
Fred, speaking of that though,
Uh-huh.
just like, you know, I'm wondering how Tyson's gonna look after Wilder because he got hit. That first knockdown, Fred, that impact traveled through his whole body.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Damn sure did.
What?
Yeah.
Damn sure did.
Yeah.
I got him against Dillian White though.
Oh, Dillian White is just he's Shawn Porter. He ain't gonna win no big fights.
Yeah.
He ain't good enough.
He'll be in all the big fights, but he ain't gonna win
in all the big fights and get washed.
Right.
Yeah.
He'll just lose worse because he's a heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he got knocked out from that uppercut. That was. I think he got lifted off his feet with that uppercut. Actually, that was crazy. But I don't know, man. I'm hoping both of them can come out healthy.
Yeah, I definitely want them.
They both took some serious damage. Both of them did. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said Wilder has surgery next week, so stay tuned to Tay Jones. Tay Jones does a great job at keeping us updated on
who's that.
Tay Jones does a great job at keeping us updated.
Okay.
And that's why I don't need to call Wilder because
right. Yeah, you call it trade.
So I just take him at his word.
Yeah.
They just went to the strip club.
Nah, it's the man cave. It's the man cave. It's the man cave.
You have Blue Flames in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Not yet. I heard they built different in Atlanta. I need to go.
Oh yeah. ATL got the best, man. ATL was fun. And the restaurants stay open late too, which is cool.
Yeah. I lived in Atlanta for about 8 months, man. I loved it.
You did?
Yeah, I was there for about 8 months, man. Atlanta was on point, man.
Wow.
Yeah. It was on point.
Fred, Rolly don't have a chance against Tank, right?
Hell no. Man, you buy that, I mean, like, if you buy that pay-per-view, I mean, god damn.
Yeah, he ain't got a chance.
That shit ain't gonna last 3 rounds, dog.
Mm-mm. No.
Who is Tank's competition though? Like who?
Everybody.
Like
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Tank is a circus, dog. They promote him like a circus. Ringling Brothers and Tank Davis Services. Because he ain't gonna fight nobody. Poor Gary Russell.
No?
Yeah,
but they're protecting him.
That would be a good fight, man. But I don't see it happening.
It's the only fight that makes sense at PBC.
Right. So that would be but Gary would have to come up though, right?
Yeah, he said he would 135.
He said he would come up.
Yeah,
he's at 126 now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He said he's coming back in December or January.
Okay.
That man ain't fought in almost 2 years, dog.
That's crazy.
He's a sitting champion that ain't fought in 2 years. How the fuck that happens?
How does that happen? Exactly.
And the reason why they and you know the reason why they ain't strip him is because they all in it together.
Man. Man, yeah, I hadn't thought about that. 2 years sitting up, and then they don't strip him because they strip. What was it, Thurman? Didn't they?
No,
When he was holding the
WBA
belt
did, yeah.
hostage.
Oh yeah, WBC did because Danny and
Yeah,
Shawn fought. Yeah.
yeah, that's odd, huh? Man,
Gary should be
I
an
know.
announcer, dog.
yeah. Well, I think Gary should move up anyway, man. Let that 126-pound belt go, relinquish it or whatever, and move up, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can start fighting. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna, how old is Gary?
Same age as Shawn, probably.
Yeah, see,
2008 Olympics, so same
yeah,
age.
man, he need to, he need to move up, get some fights, man, so that he can start planning his retirement, man. I mean, I'm just saying, at a certain age, man, your reflexes start leaving.
He's a special talent too, dog. Man.
Yeah.
It's sad we didn't get to see. Why did Al Heyman pick Leo Santa Cruz over Gary Russell?
Gary's 33.
Is he?
33 years old.
Leo Santa Cruz got all the big fights at 26. And then got the Tank fight.
Wow.
He chose Leo.
Damn, that's right. He sure did.
Imagine Gary going through 126 and then getting Tank. You know how big that fight would have been?
Yeah.
That's a big time pay-per-view.
I want to see Tank challenge, man. I want to see Tank have to I want to see him.
Don't buy the fight.
I want to see Tank at the.
If we don't buy this fight, they'll be forced to move Tank in higher competition. But if y'all want to fall in love with Rolly's mouthpiece, y'all go right ahead and pay that $75. His mouthpiece.
It's not about Rolly though.
Huh?
It's not about Rolly. It's not about Rolly. It's about Tank.
Man, Floyd gonna tell Tank to carry him.
Yeah. Yeah, Rolly can't do nothing with Tank, man. He just, he was just talking shit. He can't do nothing with Tank. It's definitely not a pay-per-view fight.
I think he's gonna make some decent numbers though. All the boxing
fans.
circles.
Yeah, he got fans.
Of
course.
Huge fan base. He's probably the biggest star in boxing, right?
Say it again.
So he's probably the biggest star in boxing, right?
No, I think Wilder is.
But other than Wilder, I meant,
Wilder and Canelo. Outside of them two, Earl, then probably Tank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about Canelo. Canelo's a little sneaky dude, ain't he? Mexican tacos with steroids and shit in it. Fucking franchise championship that don't make sense.
Yeah, that's cool. That's the Doug belt. He took that belt. They wouldn't have to fight Charlo.
That motherfucker was 70,000 in Cowboy Stadium, dog. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Easy.
Yeah.
You give Charlo a shot, dude? You think he can hang with Canelo?
What's Charlo?
At the time that they should have fought, I would give him a shot. Yeah, at the time they should have fought.
Not now.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
He got slickness and pop, man. I don't know. Charlo got some pop, but
Yeah. That's true. That is true. I don't like you were saying about Tank being tested. I've never seen Plant tested. That's one of the reasons I'm picking Canelo. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for Plant, but I just don't see him being able to with the slick style that gives Canelo trouble. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it the whole fight. I think they're gonna be more points in the fight where you know, he's gonna have to stand and trade with Canelo, and that's when I think Canelo's gonna catch him. You know, there's gonna be more situations in that fight where that's gonna happen as opposed to him, you know, being able to do the slick boxing the whole fight. You know what I'm saying?
Was Ward's first test with Kovalev? Was that the first time he was? Yeah. Was that the first time he was tested outside of the Olympics? His professional career.
Who'd you say?
Kovalev.
Oh, he's talking about Ward.
Well, yeah, because he moved up to fight Kovalev.
He was at 68. His third fight at 75 was against Kovalev. Yeah.
The first time being on the canvas.
First round jab.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he came back to rematch and beat him, you know, and beat him even more convincing.
Oh, man, beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
You don't think any of those were low?
Oh, sure. It's part of it.
Yeah, probably like 2 of them, but who gives a fuck? He was whooping his ass the whole fight anyway. So I like Ward. I like the fact that Ward said something about that long count.
Right.
I'm glad he said it in the moment too.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least it's documented in history.
Yeah, that almost legitimizes it. You know, I'm surprised, you know, he didn't come with the hate that Porter came with here recently. I don't get that, man.
That's weird, man. Like,
man, I don't get that, man. What the fuck?
Fun boxer.
You know, my man puts on a fight like that, and then you come back and say some bullshit like that. Come on, man.
I mean, if he's not an all-time great, Shawn is not an all-time gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Oh, Fred, you asked a question earlier. You said, where does Wilder rank?
Yeah. Is he top 20? What is it?
Are you referring to the
you still got to put Archie Moore in there too, man. Archie Moore got 100 knockouts or some crazy number like that.
Yeah.
Was Mongoose, right?
Right.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would have to. I didn't have to put him there, man. What is that, Deontay? I don't know how this is loud. Great split 5 stages of grief. 9 angle. Impression acceptance.
Oh, we got the psychologist in here tonight.
Right.
Hey, shout out to Lance Pugmire, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Deontay got to process this loss. This is textbook. 5 stages of grief. Number 1, denial. Number 2, anger. Number 3, bargaining. Number 4, depression. Number 5, acceptance. Shout out to Lance Pugmire. Lance Pugmire, man, where you at? He said Deontay Wilder's depressed. Shout out to him, man. That shit is classic.
Man, no, Deontay is gonna be good. Trust and believe. He's not depressed.
Man, that motherfucker ain't tripping, man. Them motherfuckers get them checks. Like, oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be good.
Hey, thanks for the super chat, man. That was funny.
Yeah.
That motherfucker said.
Yeah.
Oh man, that shit is funny as hell.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I would you know, with those 40 knockouts, man, I would have to put him in the top 20, man.
Top 20 safe. Top 20 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd have to.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out if he would be top 10. That's what I'm over here like rubbing my little beard about. He can't be top 10, right? But then there's people there I just don't think I don't know if they would survive against Wilder. Like is Tyson top 10?
Who do you think wouldn't survive against Wilder?
Mike Tyson.
What?
You think Mike Tyson beats Wilder?
Dude,
Hell
young.
no.
Wait. You talking about young Mike Tyson
Any
or
one of
Tyson
them. Any one of them.
Anyone.
Free cocaine, Jasmine
Bruh.
Guy, Jasmine Sullivan, Robin Williams. It don't
Bruh.
matter.
Young Mike Tyson was a wrecking machine, bro.
Hell no, he was overrated, dog. That shit.
Bruh, come on, man. That style, that flipping
Peekaboo.
style. You see how many big guys he would slip under their jab and hit him with that combination to the body and to the head?
5'9". Hey, you better slip a jab. You 5'9".
Bro, I've living in Vegas, right? I met Tyson numerous number of times. Tyson is wide, man. He's shaped like a heart. You know what I'm saying? It's back. You know what I'm saying?
Tyson would have quit.
Dude, that slipping style that he developed with Cuss and Rooney, man, that got him on the inside of so many tall fighters with a jab. You know what I'm saying? Larry Holmes had one of the best jabs.
Y'all here disrespecting Wilder, dog.
No,
I felt like
by no means am I disrespecting Wilder.
No way.
No,
Y'all forgot
by no means, man.
Yeah.
What's that?
Y'all forgot how good Wilder was at 215. Y'all forgot. Y'all must have forgot.
You know what? I was watching that first fight with Fury, and he was moving good at 215.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
he was
good. But bruh, at Tyson, that young Tyson at 19, 20 years old, man, I just I just don't feel.
Who's Mike Tyson's best performance?
His best performance?
Yeah.
I would have to say was with what was it, Razor Ruddock.
Okay. Does that Razor, he fought Razor Ruddock twice.
Yeah, he fought Razor Ruddock twice.
Yeah. Does that guy beat the Remain Stubborn version of Deontay Wilder?
Razor Ruddock?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Razor Ruddock, man, had an uppercut from hell.
No, what I'm saying is that Mike Tyson version beat the Remain?
Oh, that Mike Tyson version beat Stavern?
No.
Yeah.
Wilder,
no.
Stavern. Man, Wilder put that jab on his ass, dog. Man, y'all forgot.
No.
Man, Mike Tyson Mike Tyson catches one of Wilder's right hands. He gonna think about it.
Yeah, if he catches him. But the way Tyson would slip, man, I mean, the way they worked those drills on him slipping at the beginning of his career, he could do that with such ease, man. Go back and watch some of those Tyson fights where he's slipping.
All of them.
Where he's slipping jabs, man, and going up under guys and coming in, digging to the body, man. He had a punch where he took what's his name out, the cat from England, the brother.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
God damn it. Tell somebody to put it in the chat. They know who I'm talking about. But he did this deal, man, where he dug to the body, uppercut to the head. Same punch, man. That was his signature thing where he would dig to the body and go to the head with that same punch. You know, and that was after slipping the jab.
Man, you give
I believe Wilder puts Tyson in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Wilder puts Klitschko in the dirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he definitely puts Klitschko in the dirt, without a doubt. You know, Klitschko didn't really start getting better until he started training with Emmanuel Stewart.
So you think Mike Tyson beats Wilder? Let me ask you this: Do you believe Joe Frazier would beat Wilder?
Joe Frazier would beat Wilder? Frazier had the similar style. Tyson's style was a little more crisper than Frazier's.
Frazier gets caught.
But yeah, I think Frazier gets caught. Yeah, I think Frazier gets caught. You know, because
and his defense, like his defense.
That crazy style defense like that. Yeah.
Wilder just gonna punch
I felt the same way with Foreman. Foreman had an ugly ass defense, man, with that shit he was doing.
Well, he couldn't move. The motherfucker couldn't move.
Right. Yeah.
His head, hey, no cap. His head was a pinata when he came back on HBO. Everybody was knocking the shit out of George Foreman. Michael Moore was hitting the shit.
Yeah.
Michael Moore was hitting the shit out of him, dog.
Holyfield was teeing off. Holyfield was teeing off on him too. That shit was
Everybody
crazy.
was. Everybody was. George Foreman didn't have no answers. That nigga was 40 years old, man.
Yeah.
I think Wilder beats Evander too. Like there's just like when I think about the greats, bro, I
don't know, man.
Wilder get him out of there.
The way Riddick Bowe, man, the way those fights he had with Riddick Bowe, man, the way Evander, his conditioning, man, was key. Evander, man, he had a really
y'all think Holyfield beats Wilder? I think
yeah,
it's a tough fight for Wilder.
Yeah, I think.
But that's why Wilder. That's why he punched drunk down, because he had to get on the inside. Shit, fuck
He had to
that.
get on the inside. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to get on the inside.
He took all them punches trying to get on the inside. Imagine taking a Wilder right hand.
Yeah, he gets caught with the right hand. Yeah, he gets caught with the right hand with Wilder coming in, and he didn't have that slipping like Tyson. You know, he would just take a punch to come in.
I don't know why y'all think, man. Mike Tyson's matchmaking is on par with Edwin Berlanga.
What?
Early Mike Tyson didn't beat nobody.
Bruh, was that his fault? I put that in the same category with Roy Jones. Everybody, you know, they say, well, Roy Jones didn't do this. Roy Jones' fault. Everybody who they put in front of him.
But Roy got 2 wins that are like Roy beat Bernard Hopkins and James Toney.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike Mike don't have none of that on his
man.
Okay, he didn't fight Bo, and he didn't fight who else? He should have fought Bo, but I don't know why didn't that fight happen? Do you remember what happened on that deal?
I think they're from Brooklyn, right?
I think so.
I don't know.
You know, and he fought Holyfield, you know, later in his career.
He didn't want no smoke. He couldn't handle that.
Yeah, he fought Holyfield later in his career. But, you know, as far as his resume, I can't blame that on him, man. He fought everybody that they put in front of him. You know, same thing with Roy Jones. You know, although he did have those 2 big names on the end of his career, everybody would say when I would watch Roy, you know, it was always, you know, he was the victim of his time because there was really nobody to compare him to. He didn't have the Hearns. He didn't have the Hagler. He didn't have the Leonard. You know, he didn't have the Duran. You know what I'm saying? So he was in an era where there was really, you know, no one there but him.
Mike Tyson is basically Shawn Porter.
You tripping now, man.
Mike and Shawn Porter.
He is, man. Like, he ain't beat nobody.
Oh man, you tripping, man.
That motherfucker he fought Bruce Seldon, dog. Who is Bruce Seldon?
Bruce Seldon. Yeah, didn't Bruce Seldon almost almost knock Holyfield out? Had Holyfield gone. Had him gone, man. If it not had been for Holyfield's conditioning, he would have lost that fight. But his conditioning brought him back.
What I mean by that, guys, what I mean by that is he's just an exciting fighter. Don King made 50% of Mike Tyson, right? Don King is part of his success as, I guess, Mike Tyson is, you know? Like, Mike Tyson ain't beat nobody, dog. Like,
man.
Y'all hold on to y'all youth, man, too much, man.
Bruh, when he whooped Trevor Berbick,
yeah,
you know, he was what, 21?
Yeah, Trevor Berbick wasn't that, man, y'all.
Yeah.
I'll be falling for the okie doke,
Trevor
man.
Berbick was the heavyweight champion at the time. How was that?
But so was Paul Malignaggi. You see the difference? You see it?
How was it Tyson's fault that Trevor Burbick?
If you punch Mike Tyson back, that motherfucker. Hey, they so bad. The corner bought a balloon to the fight. Like nobody is prepared to win a fight. Nobody's prepared to win a big fight. You see that balloon they had on the what you call it fight?
Which one? On the fight where Buster Douglas was beating him? Or Buster Douglas, is that the fight you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, that was shit, man. That was toward the end. You know what I'm saying? Rooney wasn't there. Cuz wasn't there.
Burbick is a bum, man. He went 12 rounds with Ali, dog. That was Ali's last fight. Burbick.
With Trevor Burbick? Yeah, that was his last fight.
They fought in Jamaica or some shit.
Somebody's
island. Yeah. That's the fight where Don King got beat up.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they beat up Don King in that fight.
I thought Holmes was Ali's last fight.
Who?
Holmes.
No, it was Burbick.
It was Burbick.
In Bermuda or some shit like that. Somebody did that shit. It was somebody's island. I forget. That was his last fight.
Man, you talked him into that.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to that Phil's podcast, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. It's all love, man. Sorry, bro. Left the show to watch 9 Wives. Kudos to you. Amazing work. Y'all better tell somebody how great that film is. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Tell somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. Mike Tyson beat Trevor Burbick. Shawn Porter beat Paul Malignaggi. Next question. Go ahead. Next.
Come on, man.
Hey, same type of fight, right? That motherfucker Trevor Burbick with his little afro and shit.
Right. You ain't never seen nobody get knocked across the ring like that, Trevor. On a knockout, man. You ever seen somebody get knocked out like that before?
Oh man, Trevor Burbick, man. That shit is hilarious. That big ass motherfucker. He's basically Yinka Dare of the heavyweight division. Remember Yinka Dare? The basketball center?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that guy.
He was a bust.
Yeah, but that kind of a circus show though.
Sam Bowie. He was Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie was actually good though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he's a journeyman pro. You know, same thing as Mike Tyson, Trevor Burbick, Shawn Porter. They all in the ground. They all catch the bus together. You know what I mean?
Right, man. I don't know where you get that from, man. Tyson.
Everybody know who Yinka Dare. Yinka Dare is Trevor Burbick, man.
Yinka Dare. I don't remember that.
He went to George Washington. Got drafted number 16, 17 or something. Yep.
Okay. Man. Bruh. Tyson brought the excitement back to the heavyweight division, you know, that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was always excited to see Tyson fight.
Yeah, they made him. He was creative, man. He was a lab. Mike Tyson's a lab rat.
A lab rat. What you mean by that?
Like he was creative. They created him. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean Cuss and Jacobs.
He wasn't that good. Everybody knew he wasn't that good. Everybody knew he was a quitter.
Well, he didn't really start quitting, man, until later in his career.
He was washed. Yeah. Washed.
Yeah. Later in his career was when he started.
Tyson he wasn't that good. He was a B-level fighter, dog.
Bruh.
With a poor man's mindset. I'm telling you.
No, man.
He lost to Buster Douglas, man.
Yeah, but he was doing coke and drugs and coke and
part of it. He lost
prostitutes. He said it himself. You know, that's why he couldn't get him out of there, because he was doing cocaine and screwing chicks.
Man,
he almost got him out of there though.
Yeah, he almost got him out.
Almost got him out.
And that's what the whole loan count was about. You know what I'm saying? Because they said he did get him out of there, but because of the loan count, and he couldn't do it again.
He quit, man. He grabbed his mouthpiece. He quit. And he fell on purpose.
Buster Douglas fought the best fight of his night that night, man. He fought the best fight of his life that night. And he ain't never been the same since. He went right in there the next fight and
he got paid. He went 3 rounds with
Holyfield. Yeah. Right in there, laid down. Yeah, didn't even try and get up when he got knocked out.
That motherfucker just laid there like a whale. That motherfucker laid there like a whale. Hey, you know the true story about that fight? Wynn, what's his name? Steve Wynn?
Steve Wynn.
That got him out of boxing. He said, I ain't doing this shit no more. He lost so much money on that fight. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
No shit.
That motherfucker was sitting there like a hungry whale on the storming beaches of Normandy. That motherfucker.
Man, let me tell Steve Wynn. Let me tell you this quick story, man. When I was living in Vegas, right? And this chick was one of his girls, right? That dealt with his high rollers. Right. So check it out, right? I'm living in Vegas. I meet this chick. She hustled me. She's playing pool, right? In a pool hall. She's got on these spandex. Fine as a motherfucker. Right? So the cats that know her, they knew who she was in there. So, wasn't nobody stepping to her. So I stepped to her, right? And she hustled me in a pool game. Two years later, I met her again at a nightclub in Vegas. I made her remember me, and we ended up dating for 2 years. But the thing with her is we would only get together during the day, right? So I'm going. So at first I thought she was a drug dealer, right? Because we only got together, and she had one of them. Remember the Smoking the Bandit Trans Am, the yellow.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Okay.
That's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, she had
80, what's this? 80? What year is this? 80 what?
70. It was a 79 or 80, 78, wasn't it? 78 or 79.
What year is this story?
Oh, this was when I was in Vegas, man. This was in the 90s.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
This was but I was because I went to Vegas in 86? 86, 87. This may have been 89. Yeah, this may have been 89. Yeah, I'm thinking it was about 89 because I was working at American Airlines. That's right. So it was 89. But we would always get together during the day, right? And I was like, I was like, what the fuck? Are you a drug dealer or something? How come we can't ever go out at night, right? And she was like, yeah, that's what I do, right? So I let it go for the longest because that's what I thought she was doing. But then we ended up breaking up, and a buddy of mine saw her at the club, right? And he called me. He was like, "Hey man, your girl is up here, and she was some Arnold Schwarzenegger looking motherfucker, right?" So I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." So I rolled up, and this was back when, remember, you used to dial on the cell phone, on the pay phone, and the number would stay in there. Remember those? You probably don't remember those. I'm telling my age. You probably don't remember those.
I remember.
Okay, those phones. Yeah, well, it used to be a pay phone. You used to dial a number and it would come up on the display.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I go in the club, I see her, right? And I walk, and she's walking on one side, I'm walking the other side. So I meet her at the pay phone by the bathroom. We hug and everything. And she was like, meet me outside. And I said, well, what about, the Incredible Hulk? She was like, don't worry about him. That's business. Right. So she dials this number, and for some reason it just sticks in my head. So when we leave, right, we go, do our thing. I don't know how the conversation came up, but the number comes up in the conversation, and she starts crying. And I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Right. And she was like, every time, I love somebody, I care somebody, this shit happens. And I was like, the fuck, what are you tripping on? Right. So then she begins to tell me she's a call girl. She's for Steve Wynn. And she only deals with his high rollers. And I was like, oh shit, are you serious? You know, and she was like, you know, so because she thought I was gonna call the number. That's why she told me everything. I don't know how the number came up in the conversation, but and I was like, oh man, that shit fucked with me, man. And this motherfucker was bad, man. Oh my god, she was bad.
White girl, back.
You know, she was Italian chick, man.
Italian.
Yeah, fine as a motherfucker, man. God. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy. That shit, yeah, it made me think of that when you brought Steve Wynn up. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, Steve Wynn.
Yeah, bro. Well, living in Vegas, man, I was into some shit living in Vegas, bro.
As you should. As you should.
It was the best years of my life, man. Shit, for real.
How many years did you live in Vegas?
I was in Vegas from 87 to what was it? Was it 90? I think 91, 92.
Okay, 5 years.
Yeah, because I ended up meeting Troy Dorsey. You remember Troy Dorsey?
Mm-hmm.
He was the only kickboxer that made a successful transition over to boxing. And when I met him, I told him I was moving to Dallas and I wanted to train with him. And he hooked me up with this other guy when I got here that I started training with.
Hey. So when you bumped into her in the club, he's like, "Oh, you're here." Hey, everything in the chat go pretend they ain't never did that shit.
Yeah, I know, man.
Oh, you're here too? Oh, what a coincidence.
And clowns in the chat, man. Straight clowns.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Yeah.
Damn, so you dated a call girl for 2 years?
Yeah, man. I didn't know. I thought she was a drug dealer. Yeah. And then
is a call girl like a cooler way of saying an escort?
Yeah, that's what she was. You know, but she said that she only dealt with his high rollers, you know. And her thing was, she was like, you know, I was like, but wait a minute. I said, so you telling me when you go to work, you fucking.
Obviously, you couldn't tell, nigga.
Well, no, but check it out, right? So she said that, you know, she said a lot of times I'm just an arm piece.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay.
That's cat.
Okay.
That's cat.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I still, you know, I mean, we still broke up. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't deal with that shit. You know, we still broke up, but I was like, yeah, okay. You know, I couldn't deal with that shit.
Yeah, you got used to swimming in the ocean, huh?
Nah, hell no. Hell no. I don't know what kind of snapback she was using, but nah, I don't know. She must have been using some kind of snapback.
She was a lot lizard.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah.
See if I got a story like that in my life, man. Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah.
I had a secret life. I think I may have dated. It's funny. I think this was so long ago. This was I remember exactly. 1996. I was staying at he's my best friend. I was staying with his brother, Eric.
Right.
12222 West Washington Boulevard. I remember the address and everything. I was smashing this white girl, right?
Yeah.
And damn, I said his name. So he ended up smashing her too, right?
Right.
But I never found out. But she might have been a call girl too.
For real?
Yeah, I dated her for a summer.
Huh. Why you say she might have been also?
Because we flipped her. You know what I mean? We flipped her. So
right.
So I think, now that I think about it, because she had a place in Long Beach, it was plush, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was sleeping on the floor. I was basically homeless, and my best friend's brother took me in, and and it was for the summer in between college. She might have been because I never knew what she did for work.
What she did for work, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, this chick, man, she had a badass apartment. She had that badass car. You know, she always dressed fly. Always, man. Yeah, she always dressed fly. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, and when I said you drug dealer, she just let it go like that. She said, yeah. She just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she had a little swag to her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been mad as hell. I'd have been too mad.
How did you
respond? Mad as hell.
How'd you respond? I ain't never had nothing like that. Before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you the one time it happened. It's funny. My college teammate, my college roommate called me. I'm gonna have him on the show, but it's it'll be a really emotional show for us because his wife died of cancer. And they met while we were roommates in college. So that's why I've been real reluctant to bring them on because it'll bring up all those emotions.
All those emotions, yeah, that's tough.
And shit. But he called me last week. I was sitting in the parking lot. I got to Lincoln school early. And it was like she was the first girl I was getting like consistent pussy from. I was 17, 18 in college. And I'm talking like every night, like in college. And I never got consistent pussy in high school. And her name was Laura. And we fucked the whole year. Well, at least the second half of the year. And
shout out to Laura.
White girl Laura. She was the goalie. She was the goalie on the soccer team.
Right.
And the last day of school, she's moving out. Everybody's moving out, but I'm like the last guy because I had to wait for my mom.
Right.
We lived so far, so my mom had to wait for my mom to come pick me up. It was a Saturday, and come to find out, she had a boy. I was 18. I was so impressionable.
Yeah.
She had a boyfriend in another college, and he was coming to pick her up.
Wow, damn.
So that's I was 18 at the time.
Trifling.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, we all got them stories, man. 18. Yeah. Man, I can remember getting my heart broke when I was 18.
I was crying and shit. I remember that shit. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I like being honest. My mom picked me up, right? And I'm holding this shit in. And my mom stopped, right? My mom stopped to go get some yeah, she was thick, Jarvis. Yeah, she was thick. She was real athletic. She was a great athlete.
Oh yeah, you can imagine.
And when my mom stopped to go get something to eat, I was just bawling in the car. And I remember my mom got back in the car. You know how you turn like this and shit?
Right.
Hey, I went to Venice High School, man. I wasn't discriminating, nigga. Man, man, you kidding me? Man,
yeah.
Man, if I told you, but I wish when I'm 80 years old, if I still have this platform, I'm gonna tell you all the celebrities I smashed. Oh, y'all gonna be when I'm 80. Oh my God. Oh.
I bet, man, with all the personal training and shit that you was doing.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah, I figured. Yeah. Man.
It's just insane. I fucked everything. I ain't gonna even. I'm not that black dude that say, "Oh, man, I fucked everything." Asian, white, black, Indian.
Right.
I wasn't.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all can lie to yourselves. I'm not lying.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie to my life. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. I can remember.
I lived on the west side. Like my address was so that's all. It was so multicultural over there. So I went to Venice High School. So.
Yeah. And it was like that when I moved to Vegas because when I came out of Chicago, it was straight, Black power like a motherfucker coming from Chicago and then moving to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that shit was a trip, man. So
80, 85. I'm gonna tell them stories. 80. I wouldn't tell them now. They still alive. They married and shit with kids.
Yeah. You want to wait. You want to wait on that, man.
Yeah. Everybody old and wrinkled and shit.
Right.
Nobody don't care.
Yeah. I remember, 18 years old in my heart.
Baskin Robbins like a motherfucker.
Oh my dude.
32
man, I had a 1970 Cutlass Supreme. And and I rolled up on my girl, and when I pull up, she's leaning car. And she's like leaning on this dude between his legs against the car, and I pull up and I was like, right. So they get up and they start walking inside. So I get out the car and she's like, I'm like tearing up, and she's like, I'm gonna call you. And I'm like, you gonna call me? She said, yeah. She said, yeah, I'm gonna call you.
I missed that whole story. I was reading the chat.
Right. No, so let me tell you again. So when I pull up, you
pull up to what?
Pull up to her house.
Oh, you stalking her now?
No. No, I had told her, that if I was in the area, I would come by, And she said, well, call first. And I didn't, I was in the area. I just pulled up. Right. And she's laying on this dude in between his legs on his car. So when I get out the car, they start walking toward the house. Right. And I was like, what's going on? What's up? She was like, I'm gonna call you. Right. So I'm tearing up. Right.
Get the fuck out of here, man. It's $1,000 right here, man.
Right. So I'm tearing up, right? And she was like, I'm gonna call you.
She's like, man, I'm gonna give you some of this ocean.
Yeah, and like you said, with the volume, man, I'm driving home, man, and I'm tearing up, I'm crying so much I had to pull my car over.
Your nickname was Nemo, nigga. Nemo. Your nickname was.
We all been there. Believe that.
Man.
I'm not old enough to share
stories,
my story, man. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not old enough for that. Leak, my waves are spinning too, my boy. Relax.
Me and Champ got the same barber, nigga. We ain't tripping on no waves, nigga.
For real.
Fred, brushing to the top of your head is sore. Go ahead.
Yeah,
it's sore right now. It's sore right now. Was it hard to go bald though?
Huh?
Was it hard to go bald?
What mean is it hard? It just happens. What do you mean? It don't hurt.
Yeah, it happens. I think didn't I tell you the story, Fred?
No, what happened? What happened?
I told you. I had locks, right? And I had locks, right? So my locks, man, were probably like to my shoulder, right? And I was working for this attorney who was I was doing dispute resolution. Remember I was telling you I got a certification in dispute resolution.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, for this attorney's office, and he was digging the chick, the secretary or whatever they call him. He was digging her, but she was digging me, right? And he was like, hating on that because he was this big time, attorney, and I was just a dispute resolution guy. You know what I'm saying? He's this big time attorney. So he was like, he said, well, if you want to, continue to, work for this law firm, you got to cut your hair. Right. So I was like, cause I had it pulled back, real nice. Right. So I had to I had like 2 days, man. I had to decide. So I didn't at the time. I was trying to leave American Airlines. So I had got burnt out on American, man. And I was trying to get away from American Airlines. This is before I decided to retire, and I was trying to get away from American Airlines. So I was doing this, and I went on and cut it. I went on and cut my hair. Right, I cut it down to a nice, short style. So when I came in the office that Monday, she was like, "Oh my God, why'd you cut your?" I said, Attorney Ross told me that, I needed to." She was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I wouldn't get any more cases." She said, he lied to you. She said, "I get all the cases before." She said, "I get them before he get them." I was like, "What?" So then she filled me in on what was up. He had been trying to push up on her, and she wasn't giving him no play. Right. So then it pissed me off. And I was like, that right there taught me to never compromise who you are for anybody. Right. Mm-hmm. So I decided to try and grow my locks back. But by this time, I was thinning in the top. Right. So I'm growing my locks. I'm wearing the little koofy hats and everything, trying to get my length back, so I could lock. And one day I'm looking at my license, and I was like, "What the fuck? I got the bozo. Ain't nobody even said nothing." Because it's like poofy on the sides and the back.
You was walking around with a George Jefferson.
The top is like slick back. So yeah, bro, that's when I said I gotta let it go. That's how I went on and went bald.
I ain't never had them problems. I just cut it off. I really never had hair. So
okay.
I mean, I had hair obviously, but I've been bald since I was my second year in college.
Oh wow.
And then it just started going bald, and I was like, it didn't really bother me, because I already was going bald. But I'm gonna tell you what happened. I realized I was going bald in the jersey era, right? When you wore big jerseys and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like 2006, 2007, somewhere in that realm.
Yeah.
And I was wearing hats and shit. And you get addicted to wearing hats. And then I woke up one day, I'm like, hold up. Am I insecure because I'm going bald and I just stopped wearing hats, man? Because I was like, I'm not gonna let that shit control me, because I was doing it anyway. But then you wear hats so much, and you're like, I just said, I'm not doing that shit.
Right.
That shit corny. That shit super corny. So yeah, man. So that's what it was.
The crazy thing though is like every time I see somebody with a bald head, I'm like, man, they always been bald. Like bald heads just seem to, I don't know, Fred, like you, my man down there, like y'all just look like, bald head.
Bald
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta have the head for it, man. A lot of cats, they got dents and shit in their head. You gotta have the head.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna grow my dreads, and then after that, I'm ready to go bald. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. How old are you?
32.
Oh yeah, you got a little more time.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
Is your father bald?
I never met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about your grandfather?
No.
He's not?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you good.
Yeah.
Nah, you good.
He don't got much, but he got something going on. Evenly too at that.
Oh, he good then. Yeah, he holding on. He holding on for dear life.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, I got a friend with dreads. That motherfucker holding on like a motherfucker.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that nigga bald in the middle and shit.
Yeah, I see cats like that.
It's time to let it go.
Yeah, you gotta let it go, man. When your dreads, dreads tied at your ears, you got
you got a dread comb over and shit. You know what I mean? That nigga Hotep bald. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's time to let it go, man.
He Hotep baldish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That motherfucker, man.
Yeah, it's time to let it go.
Motherfucker got 14 band-aids, not band-aids, but
rubber bands.
Rubber bands and all that shit.
Yeah.
That nigga crazy. Man, we getting out of here, Kyle, man. You late, nigga. We gone.
Yeah. Oh, now he coming. Yeah, tell Kyle.
It's too late, nigga. We gone.
All right, Kyle. I see you over at the boxing section, man.
Man, we going to the boxing section, Kyle. Everybody go to the boxing section, man. Oh yeah, that nigga Hotep baldish, man. That motherfucker, man. It's funny to see niggas. It's funny to see niggas like be ashamed of being bald and shit. You know what I mean? I literally stopped wearing hats because I didn't want that shit to get in my head. You know what I mean? Because I got up one day, I'm like, hold up, why am I ashamed of going bald? You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. I'm bald. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know
it looks good though. That's what I'm saying. People with bald heads, it just looked like you were supposed to be bald.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So I just stopped wearing hats. Niggas like, and then people ask you, are you wearing a hat because you bald? I'm like, no, but then you start thinking about the shit. You know what I mean? And then it gets in your head, and then you ain't gonna leave without a hat on. You know what I mean? So I just stopped wearing hats. You know.
But shit, 06, early 2000s, that was the perfect time because everybody was wearing, like you said, big jerseys with the fitted. So
yeah, but I was doing that anyway, and then coincidentally I started going bald. So fuck it. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, you gotta beam in tomorrow, no cap. Beam in tomorrow. We getting the fuck out of here, man. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, man.
Appreciate you, Fred.
Oh, all the time, dog. Yeah. Thank you, no. Beam in tomorrow, no cap. I'll holler at you for sure. Man, I think I ain't got no music for y'all niggas, but I totally appreciate y'all coming in here tonight, man. Thank you so much for coming in tonight, man. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we got we have Truck is coming in tomorrow. Truck Simpson. That'll be a fun show. The vegan Truck Simpson. The vegan Truck Simpson, man. You know what I mean? The chronicles of Champion Heart and Fred getting pussy. You know what I mean? We out of here, man. Kyle, we out of here, man. We out of here. Holler at me tomorrow, man. Thank you, man. We was calling you all night. People Hernandez, man. Thank you for coming in here, man. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. Fred, I cried like a motherfucker, man. We ain't about to start. I cried. I wanted my mom to realize I cried. I gotta ask her. I don't think she know. But anyways, man, play no song, Fred. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We going over to the boxing section right now. Peace, y'all.